No, I just mean like retweet.
Kemba Walker.
You want me to say
Step
anything?
back. Walker. Cardiac. Kemba does it again.
Ubilis. 7 seconds to go. Three-pointer.
Oh! Hutchins. Double order.
Again, comes down to fundamental.
Oh! My goodness. Sorrentine hit that one from the parking lot.
Watford for the win.
Yes! Yes!
Trip to the Sweet 16. Katie's got it. Rises up. The shot.
And it's good! It's good! From the corner! And it's over! Gonzaga! The slipper still fits! Ha ha! College basketball!
What is going on, guys? We're back. We're fucking back.
We are back. Let's go. Can't believe it. All of our football teams lost today, so it's a great sign that we got 18 hours of college basketball tomorrow. How are we feeling?
Hey, doing good, feeling good. 107 games, D1 versus D1 tomorrow. I'm excited to chop up as many that we have lines for, at least right now, and then we'll kind of keep spitting them out as we go. And always got the picks page to continuously update those as those lines come out into the morning. So looking forward, Christmas morning for me. I'm ready.
Can't find my FNU jersey. Damn it.
Well, that'll have to be for tomorrow. But, yeah, I mean, we're back. First betting show. It's Sunday night. Not always our normal nights, but earlier in the season, we kind of do some Sunday night episodes more. But we always, as Elliot mentioned, will be having our picks displayed. If you go to our Twitter page at PumpFakePod, it'll be a pinned tweet tonight after the show, and it'll be a link to our Excel sheet that has all of our picks, has our historical record for those that have tracked, and just everything else. So if we make any like brackets or graphics, you can go there. But yes, the picks page will be there to check it out. It was a great asset last year that we did, and we're still doing some advances for how to do even advancing on how to do our picks. So and releasing them, so we got good news ahead on that. Steadfast, but the Excel sheet's going to be a great start for us yet again for tracking, and I'm sure you can follow us on like Action or Pick It as well too. So boys, I can't believe it. I mean, 100 and so games tomorrow, 169 total. 100 so available with possible lines available for D1 games. Guys, I mean, it's November 3rd. How are we feeling? Cannot believe it. I feel like a kid on Christmas.
Yeah, all my lines are starting to populate on my extra books that I have to use, and just puts a little pep in your step when you see that. It's a beautiful sight.
Little pep in your step, indeed. Elliot, I mean, how are you feeling? Chiefs with the valiant comeback. I mean, all of our teams lost. It's time to move on to college basketball. Kansas State, you're pretty high on them this year. How you feeling?
I don't give a shit about football anymore. Starting tomorrow, 7 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Eastern. I'll still watch football, don't get me wrong, but it's going to definitely be on the back burner besides the Chiefs and my Wildcats. It's blinders on, college basketball, full focus all the way through April. I'm ecstatic. I'm excited for my Wildcats. I hope they can play some defense. They've been atrocious in the 2 exhibition games. So early on, I know they can score the shit out of the ball. So we're going to be betting a lot of their overs here at the beginning of the season. So expect that come tomorrow's show because they tip off tomorrow night against UNC Asheville.
Oh, yeah. I'm high on Asheville, so they'll be able to score potentially too. A lot of transfer portals. We've done every conference, every preview, every team.
Bro, fuck that.
Feel really prepared.
Greensboro, UNC Greensboro. I said Asheville.
Okay, I think that offensively, if you D them up, you could blow them out. But Greensboro's a good team. But I got to say this though, I'm feeling good. I can't believe it. I mean, what else do we got to go into it? I mean, we got a lot of games to dive into. As much as we give the Field of 68 some crap, shout out them for hosting games on early. in the day, giving us all we need, because there is a lot of games on at 7 Eastern to go through. And even if you have 8 TVs, setups, or whatever, which is coming soon for me, I'm not going to be behind with blinds behind me in the new crib. But, yeah, a lot of stuff coming. I'm really excited for the 25-26 season. So,
yeah.
All right. Well, without further ado, I just want to make sure everyone tuning in, thanks in the chat. Make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps us out. And then we all are available at Pump Fake Pod, at Stoolie Picks, at I'm_money, and then at Michael_Huffer3 here. Mainly all on Twitter, and then soon to be social on Instagram. So again, stay tuned there. But should we get into it? These people want to get picks. I think we should get into it. We got a lot of games to go through. And like I said, we've done every conference, every preview, every team. I feel the most prepared. A little caveat: if you look at the picks page tonight and you see the picks history tab, I have lost in November 3 out of my last 4 years that I've tracked, but I've always ended up at the end of the season. So that's all that matters. But I feel most prepared actually this season because we've done these previews and teams. And I feel like I feel dialed versus going like flying blind by night and trying to catch up behind the eight ball a little bit to the season. But hopefully that doesn't happen early on. I'll be kind of betting half units early versus full units till in the season. That's kind of how it rolls, and especially with the amount of volume that we kind of bet. So, any final thoughts there, guys, before we hop in?
No, I'm excited. Very ready. Can't wait. We're all the way to April. Here we go.
There's just a new life in Trevor. If you watch the previews, kid wasn't really into it.
It was important. It definitely was needed to be done, and it was a grind, that's for sure, especially with the World Series going on and everything else. But made it happen, and it's good. But we're ready to rock and roll this year. That's for damn sure.
Dustin, what up? Thanks for tuning in. Everyone, thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Appreciate it. Elliot, final thoughts before we go into the 18-hour slate tomorrow.
Yeah, man, I'm ready. Let's dive in. I was trying to figure this out for Virgil. I don't know if we figured that out, but the chat scroll over your face was trying to figure that out on my end. Virgil, I'll figure that out behind the scenes and see if we can get that fixed so you can see how.
I'm ugly, man. I don't want to see that. I don't need to see that crap, man. I don't need to see that crap. You can turn on all the skin enhancements in here and editing. It'll look awful. So I appreciate the chat's comments actually Star Warsing over me. So yes. All right, let's get into it. Why not? First day of the game, 8 a.m. Eastern time, because half the country lives on Eastern time, just so you know, almost half the country. But 8 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, thanks to the Field of 68. So shout out them. They had some audio issues last year. Hopefully they figured that out. I remember Southern Illinois and Charleston kicked off the season last year. And it was in Sioux Falls, which games will be held in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, in the Pentagon. But this one will be at Winthrop Stadium in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Winthrop is laying 4.5. Looks like the line is down places to 3.5 as well. Over under 164.5. I don't know, man. I'm tossed up on this. I think it's going to be a fast-paced game, just knowing it's Queens. Even if it's 8 a.m., I can't take an under with Queens whatsoever. And it is a home game for Winthrop. The line looks like people are betting Queens. Maybe some are betting Winthrop. I don't know, man. I'm kind of torn on this one. I'm definitely not going to take an under. I think people are going to take the under just because it's early. And I don't know, man. I just can't lay that with Queens. Winthrop with a brand new team, a lot of new pieces. Queen keeps a lot of pieces. They're high up in the Atlantic Sun. They could be a little feisty, man. So I kind of like Queens here on the spread, but I might wait. I might wait for that over to kind of go up too. I'm not afraid of that. I don't care if it's 8 a.m. And so yeah, I like Queens and the over there. So check the picks page of which one I end up deciding to go in on. But I'm definitely gonna take a look at that over, and I think it's gonna be going down as people are betting the under. So we'll wait on that till the morning.
Yeah, I like Queens. I saw it at 3.5, so it was definitely getting bet down, but I think rightfully so. I mean, they have a decent amount of returning pieces. You know, that team is quick up and down, can score. And Winthrop, you know, they had a great year last year, but they're kind of restarting with this roster. So I think it's a sell high spot for Winthrop here, and I like the under. Maybe Elliott's on something here, not to spoil his. But that first half under instead of full game potentially. Just come out really fucking sleepy, and then just second half just kind of wake up and everything goes down, and we get the late foul game. So not to steal that, but I like that. But I'll be on Queens and probably Queens money line too. Like they should win this game. They're the better team in my opinion. I think it's just a nice sell high for Winthrop.
Yep, I got. I already locked in Queens at plus 5.5 over there on the Blue Book. But I'll take it at 4.5 as well. I'd probably take it at 3.5. I'm seeing 3.5 at plus 100 right now on GK. So I like that. Really, my one play that I really want to put out is first half under there. With this total being high, I see maybe it'll go a little bit higher than the 164.5. Can see maybe like a over 78, 79, 80, something like that. I'd hit the under there. I know both these teams have not very great defense, not known for defense. However, first game of the season, early morning, feed me that first half under for sure. I don't see it out there available yet. If somebody ever does, pop it in the chat for me. I'd like to know where that is so I can get it in pretty quick. And big reason I'm on Queens is just Chris Ashby. He's coming back. They return him guard. Like his guard play experience that he brings back with him was the only returning guy there for Queens that was in the whole conference that was a conference honor. So give me Queens plus the 4.5, 5.5, 3.5, wherever you get it, and the first half under.
All right, so yeah, I don't mind the first half play. I think with a 4.5 line, 3.5 line around the 164 total, you're going to be 76 and a half. Or so, probably around then. Yeah, I don't mind that. But I do think the over's in play though for the full game. But like I said, I'm gonna wait for it to go down just because I think people are gonna bet it for the 8 a.m. Looks like we all kind of like Queens here. Winthrop, good stage name, good presence, good program. They do have a home game that kind of scares me a little bit. And I think Skip Prosser's a great coach, but Queens is going to come out with some vengeance, I think, with how high their expectations are, and they want to come out strong to start the season. All right, 11 a.m. Rock Hill, South Carolina as well. Bradley goes and is against St. Bonaventure. Bradley, semi-new team as well. St. Bonaventure, new team. So this is I think the books are a little scared of this toss-up as well. Trevor, why don't you lead us off this time and give away your picks? I see some places. Looks like 2.5 is available some places as well too.
Yeah, Bradley. It's not out here on the green one that I've been just looking at these lines at, but yeah, I mean Bradley, they're always good, but they've lost some decent amount of pieces this year, and I kind of am fairly high on St. Bonaventure. You know, I think they'll finish towards towards the front of the pack in the A10 than more than towards the rear. So at home game, you're getting a really good Bradley team that's got good a good pedigree in the mid-major world from what they do year in and year out.
No home game. No.
This is a neutral.
Yeah, this is Rock Hill, South Carolina. This is the.
This is one of those. Okay, well, regardless,
it's right after Queens Winthrop.
Gotcha. Okay, regardless, yeah, I still think Bonaventure is going to be a better team than last year with what they return, and so I think Bradley lost a decent amount, and now you got Bonaventure returning some pieces here on a neutral here. I'll take Bonaventure catching the points. I'll let people bet up Bradley because this is You're going to see these two names. I think Bradley carries a little bit more weight to the average Joe, so I think we might be able to get an extra. You said it was 2.5. Maybe we catch a 3 or 3.5 at some point with this. So, yeah, I'll be on same bodies.
Elliot?
Yeah, hard to. This one, I think you're right. I think the books were scared. They didn't want to set this too high on either side. For me, probably going to be a stay away game. I'm probably not going to bet this, except for I guess this is a standalone game, so I guess it makes me have to bet it. But I just got 107 other games that I want to throw money at. So I don't know. I think it's going to be close. For me, the biggest thing I'm going to take away of this is like how good's Bradley, how good's St. Bonaventure. Just kind of the eye test, be able to watch them in a solo game. I'm going to be able to take away a lot of things. So that's kind of why I don't want to bet. I just want to kind of watch, see what these teams both have, just with the new collective pieces that they all brought in, especially with Bradley losing those guys that they had last year. So give me St. Bonaventure money line. Probably end up playing that, but again, if I don't, I might not bet it. I might stray away from that and just kind of focus on some other games that I've got my eye on. But then watch this and see how those teams fare.
It's a standalone though.
I like Bradley. I'm gonna go Bradley and take the favorite here. I'm not afraid to lay the juice whatsoever on a money line. I think Bradley in their front court could be a massive advantage against St. Bonaventure. I think there's some size pieces, but both these teams, like I said, brand new faces coming in. Not many minutes last year played. A lot of role players having to step up. So complete wild card there. This is why we go smaller units early in November. I think it always helps, especially you have a bad day to start off with all these new wild cards. But I think the advantage there is going to be rebounding for Bradley against St. Bonaventure, and I like Bradley here. And if I had to give out a pick for the total, I would have to take the under. I think this is going to be a heavy defensive matchup, and the spread's right on because I think it's going to be very close, and it's going to be won by the foul game at the end. For sure. So yeah, I like Bradley.
Yeah, if you guys are gonna make me bet it, I'll bet the under, but we'll see.
Hey man, we bet responsibly. You do whatever you want, my friend. That's all you. But here at the Pump Fake Pod, we bet standalones. That's all I'll say. But Murray State, Omaha, I think this one is at the Pentagon, though. So it is a field of 68 game. It is a Sioux Falls, South Dakota game. Murray State, Nebraska, Omaha, pretty good game. Omaha last year, really good team. Fun to watch as well, too. Had a good story. Everything about them was good. And Murray State now, new coach, just got rid of Prom last year. And I like Murray State's coach. I think it's definitely a whole new team. Omaha has some returning pieces for the Summit League. They could be running and gunning. A little earlier game as well too. I don't mind the over here. Just with Omaha. No, it's early in the season, but I can't fade my Mavericks. I'm going to take Omaha with the points. I think it's somewhere 4.5, somewhere 3.5. I'm going to take Omaha with the points, but I do like that over as well. Again, I'll check the picks page after this for which one I end up betting, but those are the ones I bet. Go Omaha.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I like Omaha with the points too. I think they're live to win this game. I mean, they return a good amount of guys, fair amount of production on this team. It's experienced, and he's got multiple players that can fill multiple roles coming in off the bench. So I know Murray State's they're going to have a good year, but I think Omaha's too good of a team to catch points with. I like Omaha on the points here. This is coming down though. I believe this was like 4.5 earlier. I saw.
Yeah.
So it is kind of moving towards
4.5 still available. It looks like on Caesars, FanDuel as well too.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll take Omaha here with the points here whenever it opens up for me.
Yeah, I'm going to be on Murray State. I'm going to lay it here, lay the 3.5. It opened at 3.5, went up to 4.5. Now it's been bet back down to 3.5. I like what Steve Brom's brought in there at Murray State. I'm very high on the Racers this year, and I think they get it done. I think Omaha lost a lot of their guys, particularly Sutton. He's a guy that went to LSU, I believe. I think they're going to really miss him, along with a couple of other guards that they don't have this year. So I'm on the Racers. Lay it. I'll bet it.
Steve Prohm was canned last year. New coach Ryan Miller, so a brand new coach, by the
way. Bring on everything that he brought in.
All right, I love it. Looks like I forgot one. We skipped one. Northern Arizona versus Drake. Drake's laying 10.5.
It was 8. Yeah, I see 11 now. Damn.
Yeah, it's 10.5 on DraftKings. This game is at 4:00. It tips off exactly after the Murray State Omaha game in South Dakota. Northern Arizona, weird travel spot. Drake, Eric Henderson goes back to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, for his first game coaching as Drake. Elliot, what do you foresee about Henderson going back to the Pentagon for his first season or first game of the new team?
Yeah, this one's tough for me. It's hard to lay that big number with Drake at the 10.5. I'll take Northern Arizona plus the 10.5. And if I'm going to bet something, since it's standalone as well, give me the under for 143.5.
Trevor?
Yeah, I like what Drake brought. I mean, Henderson's got a lot of his team coming with him, and he recruited a bunch of solid guys from the D2 ranks across the country. So I think it's getting big because I mean I saw 8. Now I'm 11, 10.5. It's getting pretty big to where I would kind of lean just more towards just taking Northern Arizona. At 8 going back to the Pentagon again, maybe it's going to be some extra juice and they get it rolling. But I think if you're going to do that, maybe just take the first half at this number because it is getting pretty big. So, yeah, if I had to pick a full game, it would be Drake, but it's kind of just getting big now to where I kind of want to just lay off and maybe just grab something live potentially with this.
I like Drake here. I think Northern Arizona, they kind of run a fast-paced offense, and this isn't your normal Drake team. I think the books are lacking. The traders are lacking here where we have a misprice on the over. So I like the over here. I think Henderson's team, they play hard defensively. It's not Ben McCollum coaching. He's going to still spread the floor, and I think NAU could even match them. So let's see how Drake defensively does. That could be a problem for the over, but I like Drake in the over here, 143.5. Ooh. Oh, the first fun one that we've had because now we're getting into the games actually are in a slate. Georgia State versus Eastern Michigan minus 3.5. Some places now I see 2.5. Eastern Michigan, part of a betting scandal currently. Georgia State, they were really bad to watch last year, but they brought in all new pieces as well. This one's a toss-up for me. This one might be the first one that I'm not betting just because everyone has been a standalone game. But if I had to take it, I guess I don't know, man. Give me – I don't know what's up with Eastern Michigan and their betting scandal situation, but if I had to pick one, I guess I would go I'll go Georgia State money line, but I don't know if I'm probably not going to bet this.
Oh shit! I thought I was muted. My bad. I was clicking away on that. But yeah, I know. But Eastern Michigan kind of once the news came out that they had a fire lit under their ass by the FBI, they kind of started playing better. So I don't know. I think given 3.5, Georgia State, yeah, I bet them a few times last year, but at much bigger numbers. Eastern Michigan, they've got that gambling stench over them right now, but they played a lot better when they kind of got busted for it. So they kind of were like, oh shit, we can't fiddle fuck around and give away games and points to cover spreads. So I think they're going to play hard. I'll ride with the Eastern Michigan. I'll ride with them tomorrow. I'll probably bet them. I kind of like them. I think they come out and just absolutely kick ass against the Georgia State team. It's, second year in D1. So I think this is a chance for them to kind of flex whatever muscles they have potentially on a far inferior team.
Elliot, what do you like for the first game of the Sun Belt MAC kickoff?
Yeah, this is one of those challenges that I always love to watch. I personally am going to lay it with Eastern Michigan. It's going to be a no bet for me. Gambling scandal. Don't want to touch this game. But I will lay it with Eastern Michigan there in Ypsilanti.
Yep, and we are volume bettors here. I'm going to bet a lot tomorrow. We bet a lot in general. If you look at the picks page with our records, and but like I said early on in the season, kind of half units, maybe not stabbing too much, but we are going to go through every game. But yeah, I don't know if I can bring myself to bet Georgia State money line, but I'll take a dog here just for the show as well. All right. Oh, baby. IU-Indy goes into Ohio State. Ohio State's laying 29.5. Over-unders 159.5. Ohio State, you guys are pretty high on them. Elliot, why don't you lead us off for IU-Indy and Ohio State for the good city of Indianapolis? You've been there. You enjoyed your time last couple times going.
Yeah, I been there, enjoyed it, enjoyed some good old chicken wings. Didn't get
Midwest hospitality. Yes,
didn't
sir.
get stabbed by Mark Sanchez. So that was I didn't get stabbed. So all was good on my way through. But yeah, I think I don't know what to think about this. IU-Indy. Give me IU-Indy in the points. I'm not betting it, but 30. I'm seeing 30 on some books. 30 is too much. IU-Indy plus the 30.
IU-Indy just played at Purdue the other night too. So I mean, they played a far better team. So they've got that under their belt.
How was the final score of that game?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They hung tough. They're like, all right, we know what it takes to go in and play Ohio State tough. I know Ohio State's got a bunch of returning players and whatnot. This could easily be an absolute rout, but I think having just played at Purdue in an exhibition game, yes, exhibition, but they still played a full 40 against them. I think they could hang around this 30, lose by like 27, 26, something like that. Just absolute garbage time. Ohio State bench players come in, jacking up threes and just bricking them, and IU-Indy getting a couple of buckets off of them. So give me the Jags and the points. Let's go jagging off tomorrow.
Oh my God, yeah, I'm not betting this, but I guess I'll take IU-Indy. I'm not too high on them. I'll let everyone bet Ohio State minus 29.5 because it's too easy for IUPY. But team totals, those are not populated until before the start of the game, which sometimes you don't always get the best number, but some of these overs as well that we're talking about, if you like the over, some of them could turn into team totals. So check the picks page. We'll get our bets in pre-tip, of course, but we do have there is always a live bet, and we'll try to tweet when we do our live bets as well. I know we all do, so and I'll be better at that this season. All right, IU-Indy, I guess. Quinnipiac versus St. John's. St. John's laying 26.5 against Quinnipiac. Over under 157.5. Quinnipiac, pretty good team actually. Got a lot of pieces. They run and gun. I'm not gonna fade Quinnipiac automatically just because it's St. John's and they got a lot of hype. I know this number is going to be in the 30s potentially tomorrow for St. John's. So I actually will lean into taking Quinnipiac. I don't know if I'm going to take it now at 28.5. I'm going to bank on St. John's going up into the 30s and then taking Quinnipiac. But I don't even mind the over as well, just because I think Quinnipiac can actually get shots off and St. John's could score 100 points themselves because Quinnipiac's defense is terrible. They like to run and gun. I think the over is certainly in play. We'll take a look at the team totals like I mentioned, but I like Quinnipiac. I'll wait to bet them if I do bet them, but in lieu of lighting them, makes me like the over as well.
Yeah, I stared at this one. Zuby Ejiofor is not going to have anybody to really stop him. That's going to be a problem for Quinnipiac. Quinnipiac has a good team, though. I mean, they return enough production. You know, they're projected up towards the top of their conference, potentially even winning the MAAC there. But I think the play would be St. John's first half. Ejiofor is not going to have anybody to stop him. I think they come out and just boom, look at Canis right there. They come out and just absolutely just crush them. Ejiofor just has an all-time first half. Which, by the way, the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Award or the Carmel, whatever the fuck, the best center in the country, that market, Zuby Ejiofor, like plus 500. I liked that. I might have to have somebody put that in because I think he's gonna have a dominant year. But I just think St. John's just pummels these guys. Quinnipiac maybe could backdoor this. If you like St. John's full game, I think you grab it now because this probably closes closely to 29-30 once people get their money on it. But Quinnipiac's a fairly respectable team out of the MAAC. So I think they have potential to backdoor this, but I think first half St. John's just blows them out and has a 20-plus point lead by half.
Yeah, I'm going to be on St. John's. I'll lay the big number here with a 26.5. I'm seeing it at 26.5, minus 105 here on DK. I'll lock that in now. Like you said, Trev, I think it's just going to go up. I think Patino did a good job of bringing in scoring, which they severely lacked last year, which is why they struggled there in the tournament. So I think they're going to show that difference that they have and go from there. So lay it with St. John's, open up the season. In a revenge tour type of a way on the offensive end, per se.
Yep, I probably not going to bet Quinnipiac, but I'll like them. There's going to be some fugazi shit there. I don't mind that first half play, though. Furman versus High Point. Furman, High Point. Anyone got a line on? Question mark.
I believe I just saw one. Looking at the unabated board. Where I just saw it somewhere. Go to here it is. There's nothing listed across anything. So
yeah,
I'm seeing a -3 on Caesars. He has High Point -3.
High Point -3. Okay, I'll just do a little razzle dazzle here. Do you have the over under as well?
Yep, I'm looking. That is not listed. Just the spread.
All right, over under. Well, I guess it'll be points. Screw the over. High Point's laying 3 against Furman, and this game's at Rock Hill, South Carolina. Correct.
I believe it's part of that. Yeah.
Okay, so Furman and High Point in the area. So not down and out of it. 6:30. People can travel there, and they have a decent travels. They have decent fans. High Point, new coach. Furman, we're pretty high on Furman this year. I know some of us are, especially with their new stadium. Trevor, what do you think for this game here, Furman High Point, since you were the ones that granted us the lines, my friend?
Yeah, I think this is a nice Furman spot. Absolute sell high for High Point. They've got the name brand. They everybody loved them. They were a cash cow. And now you're coming back in. I know Furman's got a little bit of a respect too, but High Point over the last 2 years has become like everybody, is fairly aware of or heard something about High Point here. So not to mention you lost Alan Huss and a bunch of players. So I think this could be a nice sell High Point again. Just like earlier, I forget who we were talking about, but I like Furman here. I think they're outright to win this game. I think High Point's just got a little bit of name brand, but you lose Alan Huss. I think it's going to take some time to figure it out.
E-money.
Yeah, I like Furman here as well. I know it's not there at their new arena, but I think people are going to see High Point and see the name of last year's High Point, not do any of the research which we've done and which we've given to you guys throughout these last month and a half, where we kind of dug deep in the rosters, saw what they were bringing in, what people were missing. Alan Huss is gone from High Point. Not saying that they're not going to be good. I still think they're going to be good, but they bring in a lot of new pieces, including a new head coach. And I think Furman is going to, be a little bit more consistent here at the beginning of the year. So give me Furman plus the 3. I'll take the 3 points, even maybe sprinkle a little bit on the money line too. With it being, it's not even at High Point. It's that neutral site there in Winthrop, or at Winthrop's campus. So I kind of like Furman on the money line as well.
I will join you. I don't feel like we've had a squad ride yet. We've kind of been in some disagreements. So I like Furman, other than maybe Queens. I like Furman here as well with the points. I have to agree with you guys there. I think Furman on the front court could outmatch High Point getting rebounds. I like what Flynn Clayman did for High Point and the pieces he brought in. He definitely got some good pieces in the portal. But new familiarities. We thought that they would maybe take a bump in the road. And I think High Point definitely potential to get back to the tournament, of course, long miles ahead. But Furman's, don't count out Furman, especially their rebound advantage as well. All right. We're skipping this one because I got to put the Arkansas State versus Ohio. Oh, what's up, Elliot?
I know you. I just want to make sure we're talking Southern Miss, Buffalo.
Oh, yes. Go ahead then. Lead it off, my friend. Thank you for the
Buffalo.
Buffalo Soldier. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, not the greatest game to catch you on and make sure that you're not skipping a game, but I wanted to.
We got to talk about Buffalo. Yes, but it's a great game.
Hey, I wanted to make sure I wasn't the Sun Belt MAC Challenge. We can't discriminate. We can't not talk about all 107 or whatever how many games D1 versus D1 we have tomorrow. You prefaced there at the beginning of the show that we talk about every game, so I'm just. Holding firm and making sure
other than the ones that are playing D2 this game, but that's we don't have that too much. So yes.
Yeah. But I'm going to be on Buffalo here. I'll take Buffalo. I'll lay I'll just not even lay them 1.5. I'll take them on the money line. Southern Miss, I do think they're going to be better. Addition by subtraction, getting rid of Curbelo. So I do think overall they're going to be better throughout the entire season. But Buffalo at home, I'll take them here on the money line, and this will probably be one of my bets for this kind of early afternoon, I guess, early evening slate.
Trevor.
Yeah. I mean, if we remember last year, Buffalo, we faded the absolute shit out of them because they were pretty bad. I don't know if they really brought in enough talent or did enough in the portal to even be allowed to lay points at home. Like, this is still a bad team. Southern Miss, just keep the points, just bet the money line. This is going to flip. Southern Miss is going to be favored tomorrow. Buffalo is terrible. They didn't do anything to help themselves in the portal. So, yep, give me Southern Miss money line. I don't want the 1.5. I don't need it.
Southern Miss. I probably am not going to bet this, but I'll take Buffalo. Come on,
tiebreaker.
I got the blue hoodie on randomly. I don't have a good feel in this game. Both these teams are ass, but Southern Miss, they had problems. They're one of my. I think I had them last. Almost dead last in the previews. So I'll ride these Bulls. Let's go, Blue Bulls. Coppin State versus Maryland. The Terrapins are laying 29.5. The over-under is 140.5. I'm not betting this game. Maryland, brand new coach, Buzz Williams, defensively could just mob Coppin State. I think the play could be a Coppin State potential team total under. I don't
rinse
think
and repeat.
I think we're gonna do some Coppin State team total under if I had to pick a play, but most likely not betting this. I think Buzz Williams, although tons of new pieces, having to bring in all new faces. I know his teams are going to be physical. He's going to be able to play defensively on the perimeter and whatnot. So I'm not too excited for this game. It's probably going to be on the Big Ten Network for everyone to see. And no ESPN for YouTube TV, so they can kiss my left. All those guys.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, man.
Kiss my left end, but I do have ESPN Plus, so on Hulu, but I don't have Hulu Live yet. I don't know. I'm in a standstill, but this game will be on the Big Ten Network. I'm not betting it. If I had to, it's Coppin State team total under.
What was the pro tip for the multi-view on ESPN Plus? What did you have to use?
Xbox or Apple TV or something, right?
Apple TV. That's the other. I have mine sitting collecting dust on my dresser, so I have to plug it in.
The old Apple TV like thing. I think the Xbox had it, but then remember, like they got
rid of it. So, update. It's so the ESPN.
And that ESPN app is terrible. That ESPN. I tried using it this week. It's terrible.
It's slow. It's fucking awful. Oh, is something working and everybody likes it? Let's fucking throw it out the window and just make something they all hate and take away the best feature of the multi-view. How stupid.
That's the thing that I hate is the fact that, YouTube TV is literally just trying to come up with an agreement with ESPN so that the customer doesn't have to incur even more of a cost, because it's just YouTube TV just slowly kind of progressed and gone up in price. So they're, trying to, fight back a little bit, hold firm. And here's ESPN, who's just money hungry, trying to get all this fucking money. And meanwhile, the app is complete shit. The only reason why I even use ESPN's app anymore is to watch anything on ESPN Plus. That's the only time I open it. I use the Score app now. Shout out to the Score app. That's where I use to all of my stats, all of my
and shout out Real Sports. Shout out Real Sports as well too.
For sure. But the only thing with Real Sports is Real Sports just doesn't have enough of the mid majors for me. So
correct. They're getting there. They'll get there though. But I like that. I've always used the Score app for like 5 years, and it's always funny in like the chat rooms of those scoreboards. Everyone's just like spazzes, and you see all the degens going. I love the Score app. Yeah, shout out the Score app, man.
Yeah, but anyway, I think if you're going to play Maryland here, the play here would maybe be a first half play. Just play them whatever the first half spread is. I think Buzz is going to have their guys coming out, locking down defensively. You guys bring up a good point. Coppin State team total under. That could also be another good play as well. I just think this 30 number, you could see it get to like 35, 36, and then just kind of hover there for the entire last 8 minutes. And Coppin State keeps their guys in. Maryland puts in their JVers, their walk-ons, and they somehow backdoor cover this. So if you're looking to bet it, I'm not personally going to, but Maryland first half or Coppin State team total under would be mine.
Yeah, Coppin State team total under, indeed. But yeah, probably staying away. I like live betting totals as well too. I think live betting totals is fun. So again, we have the picks page.
You and your Boston fucking Terriers.
What's up?
You and your Boston fucking Terriers.
Oh yeah, I love betting the Boston teams, team total unders live, especially if they start out like the game's like 10-10 in the first 5 minutes. Oh, that talk. Oh my God, the Tony Romo today. Oh, what was that about?
Dude, some all-time sound bites from Tony Romo today.
Oh my God.
Oh my, he was
it's backyard football. It's like, oh my God. So yeah, I made a little Tony Romo there, unfortunately, but yep. Oh my God. But yeah, okay, Coppin State, Maryland. That was a long time there. Does anyone have a line on Morgan State versus Georgetown before we announce and launch something real quick before we go into our 7 p.m. slate? Does anyone have a line?
That? I don't have a line yet on it. I'm not seeing one. I gotta find it yet. I'll put it in if it is, but you can just.
Well, the books are. Let me tell you, are freaking out about Georgetown because Georgetown goes into Rupp Arena, gets it done. I don't care. We always are hit and miss on scrimmages. How can you not be? Whatever it is, I'm taking Georgetown, Morgan State team total under as well too. It may be inflated, but I don't know. I can't say I'm taking anything without the line, of course.
Yeah, I'll lay it with Georgetown. Shout out to Clark. I know he's in the chat. Shout out to his Georgetown Hoyas and them signing Alex Constanza. You know, he's their highest ranked recruit in the last 20 some years. So awesome news for them on that front with Ed Cooley and staff. So I think good things are coming for Georgetown, but I'll definitely be on them. We'll lay it with them tomorrow. Morgan State definitely not going to have what it takes to kind of keep up with the Georgetown team.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree with you. I saw that score from Rupp and I was like, holy shit. It's a whatever you call it, exhibition, kind of just whatever, kind of just vanilla going through the motions for the most part. But yeah, Morgan State, like these really low end D1 teams, I think are in for a heap of trouble going into some of these big dog places. I know Georgetown, you know, as of lately hasn't been, but I think Cooley's building this program and people are starting to show up and support the team again. So Georgetown, I think, has, you know, under him could get back to their usual ways. And I think if they're going to, it starts tomorrow by just absolutely pulverizing a very low end basement dweller of the D1 here coming to your house. So yeah, give me Georgetown, whatever it is. I think it'll probably be, like you said, a little inflated. But depending where it is, I mean, if it stays like under 20, I'll probably be on it. I think they can win this game by 21 plus easy. So hopefully it's around there. Who knows where it'll be though.
All right, Morgan State, Georgetown. We're just hands up guessing here. I love it. But once someone gives a line, feel free to drop it in the chat. We appreciate you. And make sure to like and subscribe to the Pump Fake Pod. We are at Pump Fake Pod. We go live pretty much Sunday through Friday, Monday through Friday, sometimes Sunday earlier in the season. And before we get into the 7 p.m. show, I want to bring in a special guest. And as we launch a segment within our show, branching off the Pump Fake Pod, we're going to dive into a new show within the show, a little trimmed up reel here, little sound bites, and just a little good corner with our good friend Mike. You guys met him earlier on the Top 25 in Future show. Just kind of focusing on, you know, what is good betting styles, betting futures, betting just in general, strategies and whatnot. He's a savant with coming up with that. We kind of want to also, outside of just giving out picks, being able to provide betting insights, kind of what goes in between the lines, the practice management of it all. How do we handicap games and diving on the insides? It's not going to be every day, but it's going to be a lot of times. It's good to be here. So I present you guys our first episode and pilot of Beyond the Box, because we're not just doing the Beyond the Box score with our good friend Penny Packer. Penny Packer, welcome to the Pump Fake Pod and Beyond the Box here. For a quick soundbite. How you doing today?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Doing well.
Doing good. Thanks, Michael, for joining us. Appreciate you and excited to have you on the team.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Can't believe it's already here.
I can't believe it's already here as well. We're already chopping up games. We're talking every freaking team ever. We're talking lines. We're needing lines. Whoa! Don't take that offensively. But anyway, yes. Mike, how are we doing? Let's go ahead. You're the expert here. Kind of before you get into it, would like you just to do a quick little elevator, 30 seconds of what the show is and what you're gonna build for the rest of the year.
Yeah, my quick pitch here. Sorry, some tech difficulties here.
Oh, we had plenty of those early on in the show. We took us like 5 minutes to get the show started, unfortunately.
Yeah, apologies. But yeah, the quick 30-second pitch basically. About 5-6 years ago, got tired of losing money, depositing after depositing, and essentially just kind of took more of a data driven approach to it. Kind of taking the emotional aspect out of it, so to speak, and just almost strictly rolling with numbers. Can be good, can be bad sometimes, but it's past couple of years treated me well.
Yeah, I love that. And All right. So yeah, without further ado, man, what you got for us? How are you attacking the season? Kind of what are your thoughts on just some smart bankroll management, and also how can you kind of like beat the books, and what you got planned for us to start the year, man? So the floor is yours. You got about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. We'll hang out and get some bets, but the floor is yours, friend.
Great, yeah. I typically start my November's pretty slow. Years past, I think I've really amped up the volume, and I think I was just maybe misreading things. So typically the past few years pretty slow, maybe more future driven on teams that I'm real high on, but really just trying to really see where the data settles the past or the next couple weeks here. So that's where my mind is, and just trying to watch as many games or within reason that I can. It's hard. We obviously got 170 games, but dig into the data, utilize the, sources out there that do this for a living, and, just try to be a real good filter for the data that's out there.
Yeah, you were letting us behind the scenes of some of your numbers and whatnot, and you go deep in the data. You're a data diver, that's for damn sure, and it's impressive, and it's it's been proven over time. I mean, you've been very successful doing this. Yeah,
it could be almost like a savant syndrome in some regards, but yeah, it's definitely treated me well. I think my holistic approach is just taking advantage of the people that are out there that do this for a living. Your Ken Palms, your Evan Mias, the guys over at CBB Analytics, Bart Torvik, et cetera. Utilizing their predictive modeling, and trying to get a price that's associated with that. And if a number really sticks out, which is kind of what I'm filtering through on a model aspect, price sticks out, it flags it, and then it allows me to dive deeper into 20 games instead of diving deeper into 160 games or 90 games, whatever it may be. So I'm definitely not the smartest guy in the room, but I'm sure as hell not the dumbest guy. So that.
And how do you what's a little deeper dive into the data? I mean, we sit here, we study the book. I mean, the roster is heavy. I'm not saying that you don't or any advantages there, but I know that you go kind of more into the lines, into the data. What's some approaches there, especially early on in the season?
Yeah, I'm really looking at, I would say, almost like, kind of think how to phrase this accurately, but basically like taking, the predictive model that people are using, converting that to spin out a price. And to jump ahead on you guys, I'll use like Colorado and Montana State. Taking what those predictive scores are, leading to, it puts Colorado at like a minus 1,200. You go shop around for a Colorado price, it's popping up at like minus, I think 670, 680 was what I last saw. So right off the bat there, yeah, it's a big, heavy favorite. It's a lot of juice to drink, but if you go by, people that are a hell of a lot smarter than me, that's a clear edge, in my opinion. The model, their models are not always right, but over time I would trust, professional data guys than, me trying to put together some crackpot data model. So that's kind of what I'm
basically like a pump fake pod. Us three are excited about a play. Not saying it's any model behind it that it's always the best play, but we Trevor and I have ended up a good amount of units come April for the last 4 years. So like you said, the season's a marathon. I think that's a great call. That's why we've mentioned kind of betting still in volume, because that's kind of how we bet half units. And then kind of basically like saying like the 3 pump fake pod guys like a play. Well, if Ken Palm, Mia, Torvik, and then Penny Packer likes a play as well too, it's kind of like oh crap, this is a green light. This is
Yeah. stars align. That's usually like when I'm catching your guys' show on Friday, Friday nights, and it's, a late one and kind of marking everything down. And then I, usually go back and it's like, ooh, this one, this one. And I guess I just look at it that I'd rather bet, 20 games a day than, one lock or one, mega whale, whatever, Twitter tout wants to use for the day. And I kind of like to think of it almost like a casino isn't making all their money on, one slot machine. They're doing it at volume. So I just kind of look at it that these little bitty edges, over time add up. And I think there was a thread going on, I think toward the end of last season of, people kind of going back and forth on volume betting, and I, chimed in, and can't remember who else was involved in it, but if you're a volume bettor and and follow that sport, which you three do, it can, treat you very well.
Yeah, no. And I guess basically, as well, I think you make a good point, increasing the volume, you're kind of use your edge is, I mean, legality is different. I mean, people just can only bet on one book, but I mean, how are you tackling multiple books, managing bankroll on multiple books at all? And then we'll get out of here soon. But I think this is a great start. But managing bankroll, I think, is going to be key, especially for college basketball. It's going to be what you're focused on, and also focused on just betting strategies. But how do you, like I said, how do you manage? Do you only go for one sports book, or I'm sure you look at all of them. How are you tackling that as well? And looking for a slight edge, one book versus the other, but having to manage not depositing, like you mentioned, also.
Yeah, definitely shopping around. Toward the end of last season, as the rise of these P2P, your no bigs, your profit X's, and now I was checking tonight, Kalshi is throwing out some college basketball numbers. So just shop around at the end of the day. I'm in a non-legal state, so if I want to get cash in hand, it's usually like an hour 15 round trips, but I've done that many a time, so not adverse to it, but definitely on the P2P side more. That's probably what I'll be utilizing tomorrow. It just seems like you can get the best price, at a P2P. So it'll be kind of interesting. I don't know if you guys use NoVig or ProfitX or anything like that, but
no, and that's why we're excited to learn more, kind of the insides of that. I mean, obviously not going to whip out all of the recipe right away. So we got a long season ahead of us to kind of just dive in and peel back the onion, which we're going to do slowly but surely. And that's what we're excited for, is kind of learning more about other angles to look at, and also, just like I mentioned, the strategies. Real quick, last thing in conclusion.
I got a question real quick. If you don't mind. Yeah. One thing that I think I'm always curious on is that with analytics and just the numbers and stuff, Michael, what does that look like at the beginning of a season with the transfer portal being how it is? I mean,
yeah.
Do you lower your bet size, unit size, just because of the fact that these analytics are kind of driven from what previous stops that these players have been at, et cetera. So how do you what's your approach in terms of like a brand new season with that?
Yeah, I think it's for me, it's almost like the fear of the unknown, and you kind of get into like the blue ocean effect of like, it's just like endless. For me, I think it's, and being like basketball background, family, yada, 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 I think it's hard to quantify someone who's in the transfer portal or a full blown transfer. It's hard to like quantify their true value on a new team. I think it's a little bit different if you're coming from like a Power 5 school, or like, let's say like a top 20, top 25 school, and you're going to another, legitimate top 25 school. But when you got these guys coming out, whether it's like a Royal Marymount to a SEC school, like a D1 player is still really good. Like they wax my ass up and down the court, but it's different when you're going up against, guys that are significantly better than you and have played played competition for a while. So I think usually what I've done this year, there are like 1,600 transfer portals. It's just a massive spreadsheet, and you try to find some way to quantify that value. I think Mia did like he's big into like the offensive and defensive, Bayesian efficiency metrics and like their rankings. Like you can get a rough value, but I don't know if it transfers. So like I don't really go heavy until I see these guys play, and probably similar, train of thought for you guys as well, I would assume.
Yeah, 100%. And a lot of the data is kind of like player related, but it's also a mix of both. I know it's not the answer you want to see, Virgil, in the chat, just because it's a mix of both. But sometimes they're not even looking at that, especially early in the season. This is a good time to catch some lines. But real quick, last stuff here. Couple last things. Real quick, when you're looking at the odds, I know that you understand that they move really quick. Are there certain bets you're taking earlier in the night versus later in the evening versus closer to tip?
I'll try to take, if I like a favorite, and maybe if it's like a heavy favorite, I'll try to take them earlier in the day. Kind of depends if I got to get down in person or if I'm doing it digitally. I think that changes. And then kind of just checking where the market's moving when it comes to, I think on the dog side, because sometimes, if you're going to be on a dog, it can catch up, and next thing you know, it flips real fast. And I don't know if I'd lay at, plus 110, but I don't know if I'd lay at, minus 110. So kind of just depends on that aspect.
Wonderful. And so really good stuff here, just to kick off the year. Again, this is Beyond the Box, a segment within the Pump Fake Pod. As we continue to grow and branch out, this is what we want to build some stuff here. And I'm happy to have you, Mike, doing this segment. I know that, like I mentioned, we're going to peel the onion back heavy this year. It was a good start to the season, but I mean, come on now. As much as I'm excited to hear about the strategies, I'm also always excited about hearing a couple plays. I know that you got a couple plays lined up. What are you looking at? Leave us with a couple plays that you like before we continue with the betting marathon.
Yeah, a few that stood out. I took kind of neutral negative on this one. But I took Boston College plus 105 on the money line. It's been flip-flopping. When I was looking this morning, DraftKings had it at minus 105. I got it on Novig at plus 105 toward like the middle of the afternoon. So that was on pure just a number play. And then I'm looking at Utah Tech plus 136. And I might be able to talk myself into Hampton at plus 200. So we'll see.
Well, that's great stuff. This is Beyond the Box. Mike, any final thoughts before you get out of here and continue on the rest of the season? Excited to have you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Looking forward to it. The next 5 months is always the best time of year. So looking forward to following along with you guys as always, and popping in here whenever I can.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah, we're excited. We're going to dive in. This is 101 stuff early in the year, but we're going to be a part of the whole semester, 2 semesters even, with the whole season ahead. A lot of sessions for some teachings here, Mike, that I'm looking forward to and getting to learn more about and teaching the audience here. So thanks for joining us, man. Appreciate it. This is the pilot of Beyond the Box, baby.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully corporate doesn't cancel. So
yeah, the algorithm of nothing too is the tagline. I love that.
Yeah, algorithm of nothing. Yeah. Well, anyway, I appreciate it, guys. So enjoy the rest of the night, and long day tomorrow, but it's awesome.
Yeah, dial in, get the coffee. Use Central Time, guys over there. You think you know everything, but half the country lives Eastern Time. So 8 a.m. Some are on meetings. You guys might just be waking up 7 a.m. or going heading to work. Some work earlier, some don't. So whatever you're doing, make sure you get your coffee in to dial in for the whole entire day and slay the games. Thanks, man.
Yes,
See you guys.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, take care.
All right. First ever Beyond the Box there. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. We're excited. We're growing. Let's start building some stuff, and it all starts here with this segment. So, Letterman had his Paul. We always had good people, and good corners. So excited to see what comes from Beyond the Box. So, holy cow, my computer's like freezing, though. It's so bad. Can someone click the next banner into the next game? Holy shit.
Yeah.
My computer's
What one did we just do?
it's the top one. I deleted the ones that we already did.
Okay, gotcha. Perfect. Arkansas versus Ohio. Ohio's laying 3.5. Over under 150.5. Elliot, what say you?
I'm just gonna probably keep riding these home teams here in this MAC SBC challenge. So give me Ohio minus 3.5. I'll take that. Anything higher than this, I'd be interested, or not interested. I would be a little bit hesitant to possibly maybe bet Arkansas State instead. And I think this is going to be a close game, but give me Ohio. Anything under probably, like I'd say, I'd bet this 3.5, 4.5, 5.5 gets a little tricky, but 3.5, 4.5, I'm good with that.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear me. I'm really struggling here, but Ohio 3.5. I'm down. I like Ohio. I'm not afraid of it. I think Arkansas State's a really good team as well too. I think defensively they could cause problems for Ohio, especially. But home game, I gotta agree with Elliot here. You do lose a lot of your pieces. Arkansas State does, but all new starters coming in, but they're a heavy favorite in the Sun Belt for Ryan Pannone in his first year. But first-year coach, Ohio's got some familiarity, some continuity there, and it's the home team. I'm with you, Elliot. Go Bobcats.
Yeah, retweet. Give me Ohio. Returning starters, they brought in some decent transfer pieces here, and I think they had like 8 or 9 guys coming back, 10 guys, something like that, from last year's team. So they had a lot of returning production off the bench as well. Arkansas State, nobody's returning for them. I think it's just going to be another brutal year. So yeah, I'm with you. Ohio. It looks like Ohio minus 3.5 all around for all of us there. You need me to keep clicking them there?
You're on mute, boss.
I think I got them, but anyone can click when they want to. Oh God! Bryant,
am I seeing this right? Siena's laying 8.
They're good, man.
8 points good over Bryant. I know it's a new coach.
We have it over under.
They didn't have it. I was looking on unabated, and all they had was the spread was listed.
I mean, this is at Siena, dude. Like, have you been to Siena? It's a tough place to play.
No, I get it, but just 8 points.
Kidding.
No, they've catch.
You're right. Jerry Mack, baby. I don't see a line. Where's the freaking line?
It's 8 on Caesars.
Yeah, I was just using unabated and just looking at their board.
It's 8 on Caesars.
I see it. Yep. Classic. God, I can't wait. Bryant, are they that bad this year? I don't think so. I mean,
I don't think they're that bad.
They lost everything. They have a coach. They have a new everything.
I know, but
are the books really like just being like, yeah, let's go with Siena? Like, you saw this line 2 years ago. You'd think we're in a time warp.
Is this one of these lines that we just wait for it to get bet down a little bit and then get on Siena? Because people are going to see Bryant. Do you think people are going to see Bryant and just be like, oh, do a little quick research, and they're like, oh, Bryant won, 15-2 or 15-3 or whatever they were last year, won their conference, got to the NCAA tournament. You think it might get bet down a little bit?
I don't know. I mean, I know that the new coach is not going to be it's not Martelli Jr. It's not going to be run and gun up tempo as much as we've seen. So some of these programs with all the changes, we're going to have to maybe just not blindly bet. But so I'm going to stay away from a total here. God, I mean, I'll pick Siena. I'm not betting that shit, though, dude. I'm not betting that. Bryant's going to be good defensively, way more than they have been in the past. So it's tough for me to lay points. This is one I'm finally staying off, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I would lean at this number Bryant, but to Elliot's point, yeah, if you like Siena, you wait. You just let this get bought down, because I think if you're going to buy Bryant, you buy it a high number here. What would you feel more comfortable with, betting Bryant at minus or getting 8 with Bryant, or just getting Siena, like, say, down to 6? What would you feel more comfortable with if you had to pick one of the two?
See, I'm not really worried. I don't know, man. I mean, I guess just betting Bryant, but at the same time, like, I'm not going to bet Bryant just for the new team. So I guess, like, to answer your question, I guess Siena, but I don't know, man. If I feel confident in a team, I'm not necessarily, like, waiting for them unless it's getting heavily bet down, which I don't think it is. So I mean, this game's not going to be that bet heavily.
I mean, that line just opened, so and it only opened on one book, so we'll see what happens. I'm right there with you, Huff. I would actually feel comfortable just betting Siena here, but I'm not. I mean, there's 107 games. I'm going to take the approach of I'm not going to put this in right now. I'm going to see what happens. If it gets bet up, okay, whatever. I'm just going to stay off. If it does get bet down to like a -6, -5.5, something like that, where I can get them below 2 possessions, sure, I'll go. I'll back Siena there at home. 14-18 team last year. Opening up against the defending conference and regular season champions in Bryant in their conference. That 8 number just kind of seems a little telling in my opinion. I think the books kind of opened it that way because they think that maybe this is a Siena by double digits type of a game.
That's an interesting approach. I like that. But yeah, let's get the hell away from this game. Oh baby, Trevor. Lead us off, my friend. This game's for you. This game's all. I know you.
I love Arizona here. Yes, Caleb Love's gone, but that could also be addition by subtraction. When he was on, he was one of the better players in the country, and then when he was off, he drugged the whole team down because he shot the ball 17 times and went 4 of 17 for 9 points or whatever. So I think losing him could be solid, or a little help for the team. Not to mention, they got their international players per usual. They got Jaden Bradley back in to run the show. Florida, Walter Clayton, Elijah Martin, and Will Richards all gone. That's a big loss. You get Condon back. That's gonna be good news. But I mean, Arizona also, I'm pretty sure they went back to the well and got that Mbeko or whatever from Oakland. I believe he went to Arizona. But regardless, it's more of just another sell high point. We just saw Florida win everything. They covered everything last year. They went on the road, didn't matter. They just absolutely crushed these numbers and won the national title. Arizona flared out in their usual fashion, and but they're still a good team. And I think Florida losing all those guys, bringing in Xavier and Lee from Princeton. Now you got to go play in the SEC. That's going to be a bit of a jump. At a much higher level here. So I think this is a nice sell high point and take Arizona. I think Arizona wins this game outright. So catching 3.5, I'm going to be all over Arizona tomorrow.
Elliot, best game of the week, I think. Of the entire week, I think. 7:00 tomorrow.
Yeah, big thing to remember here. It's not at Arizona. It's at the T-Mobile Arena.
Las Vegas. In Las Vegas.
Just for the people that don't know, but definitely less of a travel spot for Arizona. Obviously, just a hop, skip, and a jump up to Nevada. I'll be on the Big 12 here. I'll take the 3.5. Big 12 is always greater than SEC in my opinion, and I will bet them Wildcats. Wildcats on my hat. Wildcats tomorrow on the court. Arizona wins it outright.
Yeah, I think everyone's going to be shocked when Florida doesn't have it. Arizona's got to go. Tommy Lloyd struggles in the bigger games though, which kind of scares me. But going out to Vegas, Arizona, you're in the desert. Not that really matters on the outside, but they might travel a little well. Everyone's going to be betting Florida. I like Arizona as well here, so we're kind of getting caught up with each other here on the 7 o'clock slate. I love it. Let's go Wildcats. I think people are betting the under, it looks like, on my splits as well. I will be waiting then. I know that you normally should bet the over early just because normally people bet the over, but it looks like the under is kind of getting hit, which I think is crazy. I'm definitely not taking an under in that game with both teams running up tempo. So we'll look at the over, take a look at the picks page, but I do like the Wildcats. Youngstown State versus Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's laying 13.5 only. Over-unders 148.5. This is a home game, a true home game for the Penguins on the road. Man, this line's kind of interesting because you got Youngstown State, a good team. They're high up in the rankings preseason on the horizon. Pittsburgh, all new people, but Jeff Capel's really excited about his team now. Now you only got 13.5 points for Pittsburgh. Interesting, huh? Is Youngstown State going to be able to defend Pittsburgh? Is Pittsburgh not going to be able to shoot a lot of shots with a lot of their pieces missing as well too? Dude, I'm going to bet Youngstown State here, I think, plus 13.5. I don't know. Can you guys talk me into a first half play as well too? I don't know if the back door could be open, but first half probably only going to be around 7 or 8. Kind of a tad sketchy in my opinion. I can smell a backdoor cover or even Youngstown State competing hard in this game and playing tough against Pittsburgh, who is a brand new team with a lot of brand new faces. So I don't know. This feels like a similar kind of game that kind of can get backdoor as well too.
I'm with you. This is an in-state, isn't it? My geography is not good, but I'm pretty sure this is an in-state. No, Youngstown's Michigan.
Ohio. Very Eastern Ohio. Youngstown, okay. Your geography's ass, but
dude, it's terrible.
Eastern Ohio. I have told myself I will be going to a game this year to either Youngstown State or check out Eastern Kentucky's game. Hell, I just do both. But yeah, we love this gym, but they're pretty close to each other though. Pittsburgh, far west, over the river as you can be from Ohio to Pennsylvania, and then you got Youngstown State. It's a little north of them, but northeastern Ohio, so not too far away from each other.
All right. Well, regardless, I'm with you. Youngstown State, the 13.5. I think they cover this. Pittsburgh's basically brand new. It's Jeff Capel. We've seen them just absolutely. We've seen him just piss down his leg multiple times against teams. Now you have a brand new team basically here, Youngstown State, one returning starter, but they've got some depth on this team, and we all picked them to kind of be competitive in the horizon. So I think getting a chance at a big dog here that's first game with a basically new roster, I think this is a good spot. I like Youngstown with the 13.5 too. And I'm with you. First half, maybe a little first half money line sprinkle. I think they might be live potentially. Come out firing. Pittsburgh still figuring things out, rotations and how guys play together, running the offense and this and that. So I'm with you. Youngstown State and maybe a little first half double dip.
Yeah, for me, I'm gonna if I was gonna bet this game, I would be on Youngstown covering the first half. That back door with Capel is fucking locked shut under fucking surveillance. Those motherfuckers will do anything and everything to cover every single fucking game. It doesn't matter. They'll press up fucking 20 with a minus 24 and they'll cover that shit within the last minute and you'll be pissed. So when you guys, if you bet Youngstown State plus 13.5 and they're only down by 8 or 9 and Capel throws on a full court press and the game ends up 19, I warned you. But yeah,
has this happened to you before by chance? This is pretty specific.
It's every game with Pittsburgh. Every non-con game, they don't fucking let people backdoor. It's just the back door is fucking locked shut. But so for me, I'm on Youngstown plus the 13.5. I'm not going to bet it. If I was going to bet an angle here, it would be the first half. Just because I think if they're going to cover, they'll cover that first half, and then Pittsburgh could blow it open late. Like they typically do in the non-con because they're bitches and like to just run up the score.
Yeah, they are bitches. Youngstown State's going to be feisty. They could be though a public dog potentially. So should we wait on this number? I think I'm going to wait on this number again. Check the picks page. Hopefully we get this thing up to 15.5 or something, even a little more. But who knows? Youngstown State's a good team, good coach. I really like the pieces that they brought in and replacing those that they lost. All right, Elliot, lead us off with a banger. Wofford catching 15.5 against George Mason at home. A heavy defensive stout George Mason. Over/under is 141.5. What are we feeling for in Fairfax, Virginia? This game is in Fairfax, by the way.
Yeah, this one's interesting for me. I feel personally, when I first saw this number, I thought that was too much. I think the 15.5 is maybe a little bit big. So give me Wofford in the points. Again, I'm going to be pretty selective on the bets that I throw out there. So not going to bet this, but I'll take Wofford plus the 15.5. I think they can keep it within 15 for sure.
Trevor Vandenbosch Jones.
Oh shit! My bad. Forgot. My bad. I was sending something
You're
out.
Good. You're good.
Yeah. No. I think this is kind of just a spot. George Mason just polishes off Wofford here, getting a chance to blow out a team early at home with the roster they have. Wofford, I'm not too high on at all. I think George Mason is going to be able to suffocate them and just get whatever they want and just run up this score. I think this is one where they couldn't make the number big enough, but you can't make this 25.5, 23.5, whatever. I just think George Mason runs it out the gym. So give me George Mason. I'll be betting this too.
Yeah, I'll bet George Mason. I even could look at a Wofford team total under as well too. I think George Mason defensively is going to be super stout. I think they lose some out of their offense though. Looking at my notes, so that'll be kind of interesting. Which I'm nervous about being able to see how their 3-game works. But yeah, defensively in there, Mason was a good team. I'll maybe bet this. I'm not as confident on it, but I'll lay the points with you guys with George Mason. All right. Southern versus Arkansas. Whoever spelled that.
This is moving. This is 24.5.
Hey, who the hell spelled Arkansas? We have a family. Arkansas. Southern 22.5. I bet Arkansas is probably going to get bet. Southern.
It's 24.5
against Texas A&M or Texas A&M 2 years ago. I can't remember. So if we like Arkansas, it's time to bet Arkansas. I'm not afraid to maybe lay the number here. I think they got a lot of expectations. Calipari wants to come out hot. They stumbled last year early. I can see Arkansas laying it on Southern here.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think Southern absolutely kills them. Or Southern. Arkansas absolutely kills Southern here. 22.5. Yeah, they struggled last year, but after that Kentucky win, maybe even a little before, they started playing good ball, and we were all over them winning at Kentucky, and then they played pretty decent the rest of the year. Ivisic is gone, the big Russian, Serbian, whatever, he's gone. He's with his brother at Illinois, but they brought lost Boogie Flam, but they still brought in a lot of talent and have great players here. Southern, one of those bottom dwellers in the country. I think this is a spot Arkansas just absolutely blows them out by 30 plus. So give me Arkansas laying it big tomorrow.
Yep, I agree. I think the style of play that Southern likes to play, that up and down type of high tempo, just doesn't bode well for an SEC team who's got athletes that are above and beyond what Southern has. So this is not going to go well for Southern. I'll lay it with Arkansas. I'll bet it right now. I'll bet the 24.5. If you're going to bet it now, because I think this is going to keep going up, upwards to maybe 30.
Yeah.
Does anyone have a line on Howard versus?
Have not seen one pop up yet.
Missouri, which is our Pennypacker aficionado Missouri fan. So keep an eye on that. we'll stay locked in for that.
I don't see one yet.
Trevor, take us away, my friend. You love Michigan State. You're a closet Michigan State fan as can be. You love.
I respect Izzo. All right, I'm not a closet fan. I don't sit there.
Dude, you're a closet fan of every Big Ten team secretly, other than IU. It's really weird, kind of.
No, I think that's just normal. I think that's just normal. The elitism with IU, the IU program is crazy. I mean, Michigan State, they did lose some guys, but they still have some great players. I mean, Colin Carr has a highlight reel already out this year from an exhibition game. He went crazy in. He's looked pretty good. Not to mention just everybody else they had back. They didn't look amazing in that game. I'll give you that. It wasn't amazing. They didn't blow them out or anything, but I think they looked all right for the most part. It was just a a scrimmage game. So I don't think it was really anything they were going all out for, but I think this is potential. They could blow them out. I know Colgate can score and whatnot. We love them every year. Damn. But I think this is a spot his own company. I mean, last year started rough for them too, and then they've got it figured out and we're absolutely rolling. So I think he wants to just start out on a good foot, and they got a little bit of experience under the belt with some exhibition. So I think Michigan State kind of just runs them out the gym here to kick off this season. So I'll lay it with Michigan. Michigan State probably won't bet it though.
Elliot.
Yeah, for me, this one's hard. I want to bet Michigan State here. They do have Arkansas coming in, as Ken.
Yeah, good point.
Could be a potential look ahead spot. It's hard for Izzo to kind of get that message to his players at the beginning of the season. I wouldn't be too nervous about a look ahead spot because later on in the season they're going to be a seasoned team under an Izzo coach. They're going to be well coached. However, at this beginning of the year, I think maybe they could be looking ahead just a little bit to that game. It's already being publicized and televised all over everywhere about that Fox game against Arkansas here on the weekend. Colgate, the reason I want to bet Michigan State is because Colgate, whenever they play people, they always struggle with people that have athleticism. And I think that's what Michigan State has. That's what kind of Colgate always struggles with is the more athletic teams. But I just don't know if Michigan State's going to be able to run up and down and get up and down enough to cover this number at that 20.5. I'll take Michigan State, but it's probably going to be a no bet for me.
Colgate's going to cover one half of this game. I don't know which one it's going to be yet, but it's either going to be the first half or the other. They're not going to cover both. I tend to see Izzo. He's not one to kind of run up the score either, and I think Colgate could get some late buckets. So I tend to like Colgate full game over first half. I think Michigan State could get in the zone. The Breslin Center gets rocking and rolling early, and then they just kind of like take the brakes off, or not take the brakes off, put the brakes on. Try to limit possessions late, where Colgate could kind of sneak back in there. I'm going to wait to bet this because I actually like Colgate full game. And I don't mind the over either. Liking an underdog like that, I think that they could be some points, but I don't know. I don't foresee Colgate getting 70 points at all. So you're gonna have to rely on Michigan State to score 80, which they may be able to do just with how fast Colgate runs. But again, some interesting pieces. I think that they're going to be bound for the 70s numbers. So I'm gonna go in and. I'm going to go and take Colgate on the full game, most likely instead of the first half. Check the picks page there, but I like Colgate against Michigan State early.
Yeah.
So
I'm with you. If you like Colgate, wait till tomorrow. Can we get to my big bet game just it's quarter two? Got to dip in a little bit, but
where is I don't see it on the banner because it's an 8:00 Eastern game, isn't it?
Yeah, I just made it real quick.
Nice.
Green Bay and the non-fighting Doug Gottliebs are catching 29 at the Fog tomorrow with a 152.5 total. This I've already put this in. Kansas 2 units, big bet. I'm not going absolutely although I want to just absolutely unload on this. This is going to be a murder, a strangulation. Green Bay is going to be rough. Return 2 players, but this team is still awful. Anthony Roy out here dropping almost 40 against Auburn in some exhibition games. He balled out last year and then sat out. And even with him in the game, they still were 4 of 21. Now you have Gottlieb sitting here tonight still tweeting about Sam Darnold and, I still had Sam Darnold stock. I never stopped believing. You play at Kansas tomorrow and you're sitting here watching Sunday Night Football tweeting about Sam Darnold. They're about to get killed. This has got 94-52 written all over it. Kansas absolutely mauls them. I laid 2 units on this. Kansas is just going to crush them. I don't see any way Green Bay hangs in this game. I mean, Kansas also had a rough year last year. Now you lose Dickinson and AJ Storr, the 2 team cancers. They're gone. So I think Kansas is locked, loaded, focused. Not to mention that freshman looks insane. And Bill Self said it's the best freshman he's ever coached. So that's some high praise. Kansas could be probably covering this by halftime, in all honesty. This is going to be a bloodbath. Kansas minus 29. Lock it up. Big.
I got to see Doug Gottlieb. I came back from my work trip. I'm walking in the airport, and all of a sudden I'm like, is that Doug Gottlieb? I was like, Doug Gottlieb. I'm like walking past him. I'm like, hey, Doug. I was like, can we get a selfie? I got a selfie with Doug Gottlieb October 1st. And I'm like, check out the Pump Fake Pod. You're gonna love us. You're really gonna love us. It could fuel you in this season, unfortunately. But he went to go check out the Pump Fake Pod there. So there's us in the airport. Yes, I was super excited coming home, and then just seeing Gottlieb. They must have done like a media day for the Horizon. So I'll fade. I think I said I think Kansas. I had them like 5th in the Big 12. We all kind of were lighter on them, and I'm down to be hand up. I'm not afraid to overreact a little bit. What I saw from Kansas is nice, and they're gonna put the brakes on them, and this number will be in the high 30s come 8 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. So time to bet Kansas, baby. Let's
29.5 now, so it's already starting to climb a little bit.
Let's fucking go.
Yep, I'm with you guys. I'll bet Kansas as well. The last exhibition game, they beat Fort Hays State, who's going to be pretty formidable there in the D2 MIAA. They beat them 71-35, so that was, 36? I think Fort Hays State might be better than Green Bay. Give me
Michigan Tech is.
Give me Kansas. We'll lock them up in Allen Fieldhouse. I think Green Bay is in for a rude awakening tomorrow for sure.
Big time. Just already mark it into the Fave parlay. Already put her in there.
I forgot about the Fave parlay. Shit, man. I've been so freaking focused on building out all the crap that I forgot about the good stuff that we have. Fave parlay. All right, Western Carolina goes into Cincinnati, Ohio. Cincinnati's laying 21.5. The over-under is 142.5. I can't buy into Cincinnati early in the season. I know Western Carolina is one of the worst teams in their conference, unfortunately. But there's pride in betting the Catamounts sometimes. I love that team with, what was that, Vance Woolbright or whatever, Ventavious Woolbright or whatever his name was. Yeah, that kid was a stud. And then they just had an absolute letdown year last year. I don't know, man. It's something about Western Carolina is kind of exciting. I mean, you bring back 4 returning starters this year, some familiarity, and we've seen a Wes Miller Cincinnati team just kind of struggle. So, and I don't know offensively if they can score that many points. I don't mind an under here. I know it's a little low, 142.5, but I don't mind an under here, and if I had to lean one, it's going to be West Carolina plus 21.5. But I am most likely not going to bet this just because we've seen Cincinnati in the last couple of years. So maybe people will bet Western Carolina. But for some reason, I like this number for the Catamounts, and I do like the under as well, too. Check the picks page if I bet it, but 70% chance I don't bet this game.
I think Cincinnati blows them out. There's kind of a trend here with some of these. I mean, these are bye games for a reason. Granted, you got new pieces and a new coach. No. They still have
Well,
Wes
Western
Miller.
Carolina's got the same coach. It was a first-year coach last year and 4 returning starters.
Yeah. Still, Western Carolina was bad last year. I know they returned some starters, but I think Cincinnati can win this game by over 20. So I feel like this number's kind of right. I feel like they can blow them out, but I'm with you. The style Cincinnati plays is not really vindictive to blowing teams out and just crushing them. This number feels about right. I think the play would be sitting and letting people bet up Cincinnati and just taking Western Carolina at like a 23 or something, 23.5 if it gets up there. But I don't like it enough to bet it. I'm not betting it, but I would lean just sitting and waiting on Western Carolina. They can't be as bad as last year, but I also don't think they're good. But I don't think Cincinnati's got the ability to play a full 40 minutes of consistent offense and scoring enough to cover a 22-point line, to be honest. So lean Western, not betting.
Yeah, if you're going to bet Western, wait a little bit, of course. With these P5 schools, naturally people are just open to betting them. So lines may adjust in your favor there. But sometimes that's even another gamble. It's a gamble within the gamble with less risk involved, just more so shame in your own head for not pulling the trigger or maybe pulling the trigger too early, which that never happens for me. All right, Elliot, round us out for the West Carolina-Cincinnati game as well, too.
Yeah, I mean, last year they opened up the season playing Arkansas Pine Bluff, beat them 109-54. So, I mean, I think it's, I think Cincinnati minus the 21.5 may be the right side. However, a lot of the guys that they had last year, they've lost. They bring back Day James, but not Day James. I mixed them up. Day Thomas lost Jizzle James, I should say, there in the summer when he got kicked off the team. But
was he kicked off for personal reasons?
Personal reasons,
I guess is another way of saying.
I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, so it kind of makes me not want to pull the trigger on it just because of the amount of new players that they have coming in. I do like that under 142.5, but the only issue I have with that is Western Carolina going to be able to stop Cincinnati? Cincinnati doesn't really score that much, at least in the Big 12 last year, but they did like to kind of run up the score on some of these non-con teams. So I don't think it's going to be a bet for me one way or the other. I'd have to kind of get a pretty big push to bet it. But for show purposes, as you say, Huff, I will. I'll go with the under 142.5 as kind of my play.
You muted?
Yeah, you're muted, I think, Huff.
All right. Did you talk your Cincinnati already, Huff?
Yeah. Go ahead,
right,
brother.
Perfect. I have this will be my last one. I got to dip out, but I'll be back. Akron is laying 7 at home to James Madison, over under 153.5. I laid it with Akron. This is an Akron team that's picked up tempo, picked up pace. Last year, and we're successful, and now they have a decent amount of returning production and a lot of talented players they brought in from the portal. And, they've been running this for a minute now. The guys who've been there to help out with the other players, not to mention they've been running in practice and getting used to it. James Madison, basically a new team, a lot of inexperienced like D2 and low mid-major players coming in. They got some solid pieces, but I think a full 40 minutes at home, Akron only laying 7. I think they win this game by double digits. James Madison, they've got a little bit of name brand given what they've done the last couple of years, but I think it's going to be a little bit of a struggle out the gate. I think Akron, turning enough, they play a fast tempo and can a very efficient offense. So I laid the 7 with Akron already. So already in on the Zags.
Elliot.
Yeah, we talked about Akron. They lost, obviously, Nate Johnson, the MAC player of the year last year, but I think that they bring back a lot of other guys around, and I think they're still going to be at the top of the MAC. And like Trev said, James Madison brings in a lot of new pieces, so kind of not quite sure what to expect from them. This is, again, going to be me just kind of backing the home team here in this challenge. I think it's done pretty well the last few years, backing kind of a home team. I will say that 7 number.
Just to your credit, I think all MAC is at home because they traveled to the Sun Belt last year. All home teams will be MAC,
okay.
I'm pretty sure.
So I'll be on Akron minus the 7. The 7 number kind of scares me, but maybe it shouldn't. Maybe that's just a way of the books trying to get people to stay off. Maybe I should be a little bit more like Trev and just go ahead and bet it and not be scared of it. But I'll take Akron minus the 7.
The scary number is the 5.5. That's the one you don't want to be landing a favorite with.
I got to agree with that. I think James Madison too under Preston Stradlin. It's interesting and what dynamic he brings in. And Akron last season offensively were just dominant. But that's for the system of Groce, it's a little different. So I'll lean Akron minus 7.5. I actually like the under too, and James Madison team total under. So I will be looking at a James Madison team total under to go with Akron. I think Akron defensively picks it up more so than they had last year, and I think the books just think that both these teams are going to run and gun. Not saying that Akron won't this year, but I know James Madison likes to kind of slow it down more so than teams in the past. So I kind of like the under here as well as with Akron. Does anyone have a line on Western Illinois and Radford?
Nope, I've been looking. Don't have one yet.
All right. For the chat, you guys, anyone hunting out there, let us know about the Leathernecks and the Highlanders.
I haven't gotten a link yet from Kyle, so I'll just hang around here until I get one.
Cool. All right, Fairfield versus Penn State. Penn State versus 50.5. I mean, Trevor, this is the most excited I've seen you in fucking 60 days, my friend. And hell, even more. Dive on in. I love it. I love it. You're excited. Let's go,
dude. It's the best. I think we've had it proven.
He only likes saying spreads and totals. So I mean, look at him. He's happy. It's like he took his Zoloft today. He's feeling good. He's like, I'm all looped up on Fairfield. Please tell me you're taking the Stags plus 15.5.
Dude, and I know the Stags aren't the most offensively capable. They're not the most beautiful team to watch at all. But, I mean, they got 2 returning starters. Coaches, his first year was good. They had a down year last year, big time, finishing towards the bottom of the conference there. But returning some players, they're not amazing. Okay, but Penn State amazing? Does Penn State look good? No. On paper, no. We all have them at the bottom. I think this is a nice spot for Fairfield, and dare I say, sprinkle the money line? I mean, I don't know. Would you be shocked if Penn State lost to Fairfield? No. I think, a little funsies, potentially. I'm going to take Fairfield, but money line.
Yeah, that's an interesting one for me. Mike Rhodes, normally a defensively stout team. Penn State, this seems like a kind of an under as well too. I mean, that seems a high total in my opinion, as well. So I think an under is definitely at stake here. I see 151.5 on Caesars. Man, fucking Caesars been fantastic to start the college basketball season. Shout out Caesars. We are not sponsored, by the way, by Caesars or any books, but Caesars we've shouted them out a lot. They've had some good lines here, so they got the under 151.5. I like that. I don't know, man. I can see the vision for sure, but I don't know if I'm going to follow you on this one. I think I'm going to stay off of it, but I do like the under in this game in the total.
Yeah, it's very enticing, like we've all said, Penn State's just kind of absolute trash. Chris Casey there at Fairfield, is his defense going to be able to kind of hold up and keep them, within this number? I hope. I just think it'd be absolutely hilarious for that outright call. That'd be a fantastic. fantastic hit for you, Trev, and just a fantastic clip of that. But I don't have much of anything. I do like your under here and that. I think maybe Penn State might struggle a little bit to score as they don't have Ace Baldwin anymore. They kind of move on without him. So I do like that under 150.5. The only issue with it, in my opinion, is Fairfield's defense going to be enough to allow Penn State to the struggles that they need. I could see this game being like a 75-60 type of a game, something like that, which would definitely get you to the under. But it's all about if Penn State can score or not. I think both of them. If the under hits, I would assume that maybe the spread will hit as well with the 15.5. So maybe I'll be on Fairfield plus the 15.5 and the under 150.5. We'll see if we can go from there. We'll see if I bet it.
All right, I got the link.
Yeah.
I'll be back after this, fellas.
I'll think after dark, baby.
There you go, PFP after dark.
You know the drill.
Yeah.
It wasn't the same during the preview.
Now
During the previews at all.
Now we're fucking gotta get excited just like Trev.
Yep, pump fake after dark, but we're just fucking bets now. You know what? I'll say this. I am worried about Penn State and Mike Rhodes defensively, so that's why I like the under there. And I think that they could physically outmatch Fairfield, which kind of worries me. But yeah, looks like everyone's kind of over the boat. Hope Trevor wins. Tennessee's laying 27.5 against Mercer. Over under 143.5. Tennessee, all new pieces. Rick Barnes trying to figure some things out. But for some reason, I feel like Tennessee just kind of drills these fucking teams, man. But is it too many points for Tennessee, or is it just the right amount of points for Tennessee? I don't know. I'm on the fence here. This is one where I cannot bet Mercer. If I'm gonna bet Mercer, it'd be me staying away from Tennessee. But I can't bet Mercer just because I know Tennessee likes to drill these teams early. They could easily win by 40 for sure.
Yeah, I do like Ken's look right here. Mercer first half team total under. Rick Barnes team's always good defensively. They're the first half. I've got Mercer at the bottom of the SoCon. I think finishing just above the Citadel. So if I'm gonna just kind of go off of my off-season recap, I'm pretty high on Tennessee. Not necessarily like winning the SEC or anything, but if they can't beat a Mercer team by more than 28 points, I think they're going to have some issues. So give me Tennessee minus the 27.5, 28.5. I'll bet it up to 30. I think they blow them out. I think it's a 30-plus point victory.
All right. I think we're in agreement there. I like Tennessee also as well. Is there a line on Lafayette and St. Joe's? Does anyone have a line on Lafayette and St. Joe's? Lafayette and St. Joseph's out of Philadelphia. Lafayette, Louisiana. I've got nothing as well, so we'll make sure to go back for that one. Lafayette. I said Lafayette. What? Sorry, I just blanked there. Lafayette versus St. Joseph. Sorry. So I'll put them in on the back burner there. But
LIU Notre Dame, put that one on the back burner. I don't have any line on that one. I'm curious about that line actually. So that's
one?
Long Island, LIU.
Yeah. I'm betting the shit out of Long Island whenever that comes in. I don't give a shit. There's no line necessary for me. Because give me Long Island. They're gonna be strong this year. We're gonna get some live bets too as well. Oh, Ken Hatt says LIU plus 18. Oh yeah, give me them. Notre Dame's trash. I mean, I like Marcus Burton. Watching Marcus Burton is fun, but 1 versus 5 out there, in my opinion. Long Island all day.
Yep, I'm with you. Long Island plus the 18. Ken, where you seeing that at? I need to get it in right now before it possibly goes down. Maybe it won't, but yeah, give me fucking LIU plus the points, no matter where it's at.
All right. Niagara versus Duquesne. No, I know it's Duquesne. minus 15.5. Over under is 139.5. Duquesne's laying 15.5. Drew Joyce. We're kind of more excited about them. They were good at home for Drew Joyce, and then the year before for the final season of, I don't know why I'm blanking on that coach's name, but they made that improbable run, beat BYU as the 11th seed after sneaking into the NCAA tournament in the first round. Yeah, man, Duquesne, solid. They got a lot of expectations. Laying 15.5 though against Niagara and Greg Paulus. Niagara's personally for me is at the back of the burner. They're at the back of everything, and they're at the bottom of the barrel for the Metro Athletic Atlantic Conference. But I can't lay 15 points with Siena, dude. I can't. I'm not. This is one of my least favorite games on the board to bet. I think Niagara could definitely lose the free throw game. Duquesne's going to outmatch them physically on defense. I don't know, though. If I had to lean, I'm taking Niagara to backdoor cover, but I think Duquesne will outmatch them all game. So I'm going to this is a stay away for me.
Yep, I'm right there with you. Too many other games that we can bet on. This will be a stay away for me. I'm gonna I'll go with Duquesne minus the 15.5. We can fake battle as we did a lot last year, but this is classic A10 versus MAAC. I just think there's a significant advantage talent wise that should be able to have Duquesne win this by more than 15. But I'll lay off. Not gonna bet it. I'll be responsible. I'll gamble responsibly, I guess. But yeah, shout out to Coach. Hit that like button.
Yeah, Coach. Appreciate you. Yeah, Coach comes in. He's giving schemes. He's giving strategies. Listen to the coach. Stetson versus Rhode Island. I need lines. Someone give me a line. Stetson versus Rhode Island. So thank you everyone for that. Would be greatly appreciated. But we do have a line for this game. Virginia's laying 26.5 at home. Over unders 143.5 against Rider. This Virginia team, all brand new. Last year, tough to watch. They were feisty at times, could compete. Still matches up defensively. This could be a stay away for me. I think it's too high for a Virginia team that's unknown, but Rider kind of stinks. So I'll lay the points with Virginia. But if I had to pick one, it could be a Rider team total under or team total under first half if I had to pick one. But I'm going to stay away from this one most likely. But again, check the picks page if I do bet that Rider first half team total under.
Yeah, I'm right there with you on this. Are you laying it with Virginia?
I'm not going to bet it. I'm not going to bet this game most likely laying it, but if I had to pick Virginia, yes. But since I like the team total under, it's kind of hand in hand with each other.
Yeah, I'll go. I'll go Rider plus the 26.5. No bet for me. If you are gonna be crazy and bet this game, wait till right before tip. Probably gonna be in the 30s.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, staying in the ACC, Central Arkansas goes into Chapel Hill, catching 34.5. Over unders 156.5. It's a lot of points, but Central Arkansas is so bad. I think if again for me, it's a lot of points. I will lean UNC minus 34.5, but I even like their team total over. I don't care. They could score 90 to 100 points even with their unfamiliar roster. Central Arkansas likes to push the pace consistently under their coach, and the tempo that they bring could bring issues into Chapel Hill. So too many points for me to lay. If I had to bet one, I'm going to take the team total over for UNC against Central Arkansas.
Yep, I'm right there with you. I kind of co-sign everything that you just said. if I was going to bet anything on this game, it would be the team total over for UNC as well. I think they're going to be able to score at all three levels, get whatever they want. Central Arkansas is a team that's going to struggle defensively. And if they are going to push the pace again like they did last year, kind of middle of the pack in the country in pace, that wouldn't bode well to give North Carolina even more possessions. So look for them to maybe slow it down a little bit against them. But still, I think that UNC is going to be able to get whatever they want. So, yeah, I would do the team total over before I'd lay a big number like this just for fear of a backdoor cover at the end.
All right, Canisius versus Dayton. The Flyers are laying 24.5, over-unders 141.5, and I'm going to lay it. I'll go back to the well. It was pretty dry last year at home for Dayton. Canisius is a good team, though. They're improved. Golden Griffiths, they follow me on Instagram. I've been trying to get a jersey from them, sneak a little jersey there. But I don't know, man. This is Dayton at home. They've been able to kick the shit out of teams. I'm kind of worried about them offensively, so I will try and press my luck with Dayton laying the points. But again, it was a dried up well last year. But let's try to untap that in 25-26. I know Canisius has improved offensively. They got some decent pieces, but yeah, I like Dayton here laying the points.
Give me the over in the game, maybe.
I'm gonna refill my drink, by the way.
Give me a little sneaky over in this game, possibly. I agree with Raymond there in the chat, but I like Dayton. I like laying it with Dayton here. Canisius, they're better, but that doesn't mean that they're good. Especially when you're taking this talent jump. I'd definitely feel more comfortable laying the 24.5 here than the 15.5 with Duquesne. So I'll take the Flyers. I'll back them here at home to kind of get it rolling and kind of get this kick this new season off with a bang.
Man, we are not even through the 7 p.m. slate, but it's a behemoth. The 7 p.m. slate's a massive behemoth tomorrow, and but we're chopping it up here. We're cutting away. We're cutting rugs. We're getting through that 7 p.m. slate, but we're back, baby. This feels great. Pump Fake Pod after dark as well too. All right, Toledo's laying 2.5 against South Alabama. That's a good game. It's a really good game. Over-unders 150.5. Elliot, I'll have you start off here, but just want to say that Toledo, run and gun. South Alabama can run and gun, but they also like to kind of limit possessions, kind of slow the pace down. So two differing clashes of style here. Curious to see how it works out. Who are you in favor for? Are you going to stick with your system of the home team max, or are you going to this one?
Yeah, it's hard. I think maybe this might be the one where I tend to maybe switch over to the Sun Belt here, and just rely on a team that is going to be able to slow it down, slower pace, but also defensively be the better team. I think we're going to see defensively here at the very beginning of the season, those that are able to kind of buy in and be good defensively. Might take a little bit of time for those on the offensive end to kind of click here at the very beginning of the season. So give me South Alabama. I'll back the defensive-minded team rather than the Toledo team that kind of runs and guns and relies on just shootouts to win games. I think South Alabama can maybe pose a problem there and kind of slow them down defensively, and look for maybe Alabama to steal one of these games and be one of these Sunbelt teams that comes out with a victory.
Interesting. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I think defensively could be an issue for Toledo, but I like Toledo's team over 74.5. I think that's a solid bet. I think Toledo can easily score over 74 points. I've seen them do that many times, even who walks in. It's a home court, and that price just seems mismatched with that over-under. So I'll take Toledo there with the team total over, and we'll may lay the juice, but look out for live bets. So again, just explaining how the Pump Fake Pod picks page works. We got some cool things releasing this year, so we'll try to update that. But for now, the Excel sheet in the comments for the Pump Fake Pod description will be to our pinned tweet on our Twitter page. So all of our pre-tip bets will be in there, pre-flop, and then also any live bets we will make sure to tweet out, and then also have a little on the side, just like say like a live bet or in the time slot, have that live bet show, and then we'll make sure that we tweet or X, whatever the hell it's called now, and we'll tweet about that we're betting a live bet. So this Toledo money line, I like them live maybe on the money line. Can get them at plus money on a short spread tip off. I would hate to lay a minus 150 on a 2.5 spread. I think Toledo is definitely a lock. If South Alabama can be competitive, which the books think that they will, it's worth a stab at Toledo plus money. Kind of like I tried my best with the Chiefs last night. Last night. Sorry, Elliot, but I was waiting for them to get plus money, and I got them at major plus money, plus like 500, and that was a fun little sweat. So we'll take a stab with that on the Toledo Rockets tomorrow. All right, Texas State versus Bowling Green. Bowling Green's laying 4.5 points. Ugh, this game sucks. This is probably a no bet for me. Texas State, I think, is going to be a little flirty. I kind of like Texas State to cover here, though. I will lean Texas State plus 4.5, but most likely a no bet for me just because I'm unfamiliar. I don't think there's going to be enough points scored from Bowling Green to cover the spread, though. So I like Texas State here, maybe even outright.
Yeah, this is going to be another Sunbelt team that I back on the road. I just think that 4.5 is maybe a little bit too much. I think I'm seeing some 5.5s popping up too. So maybe wait a little bit. Maybe you can get a little better number. But don't think I'll necessarily be betting this like you. I'm not quite sure what to expect from Bowling Green this year. I think they're going to maybe take a step back and not be as good as what we've seen in the past. They lost Marcus Johnson, not only a big guy on the court, but just a big piece for them overall. So we'll see if they've got the pieces that they brought in to be, a little bit better than last year if they can, but I don't see that. I think they're going to take maybe a little step back. So give me Texas State on the road. I'll take the 4.5.
Let's go. I may join you since you like it. Go ahead and lead us off. You love your boy Frank Martin. Go ahead and take us away. UMass was kind of stumbling last year. Can they get it back? Laying 4.5 against Marshall at home.
I think this is going to be a hell of a game. I think both of these teams kind of match up well against each other. Both talent-wise are going to be pretty even, pretty comparable. But I'll give my edge to Coach Martin here. The biggest thing that I have a question mark on is they were a terrible free throw shooting team last year. So if they're going to be similar to what they were last year out from the free throw line, I don't like laying this 4.5 number because I see them as a team that would, I think they're going to win the game there at home, but covering this 4.5 will really suck if, they're up by 4 or 5, can't make some free throws, and you get a couple buckets to lose by the hook or something like that. So give me UMass minus 4.5. Not super confident in it though, so I'm not going to bet it. Going to be a stay away from me. But I'll back Frank Martin here at home, and I expect for them to be better this year, and looking forward to watching what he's putting out on the court.
Yeah, I'm going to battle you here. I hate to bet against Frank Martin. I don't know if I'm going to bet this yet, but I actually like Marshall here. I'm really high on Marshall this year in their conference. I think Marshall could be definitely competing for a CUSA title. Maybe I'm a little too high on them, but especially on the road, it's a little tough. So definitely see your angle, which kind of steers me away from being confident enough to bet it right now. But I like Marshall. I think Marshall can compete defensively, so I will take the Thundering Herd 4.5. I don't know if I'm betting it yet, though.
Yeah, it also fits my system of fade Marshall on the road, back at Marshall at home. So that also fits my system too. That I like to play with them, but I can't get there yet to back UMass, especially after what they had last year, what they put out on the court last year.
All right, this isn't a D2 team. Brand new D1 team, New Haven, catching 40.5 in stores, Connecticut, over under 146.5. Does that mean New Haven's team totals 39.5? Good God. No, it's going to be around like the 40s and 50s. This Connecticut team feels different. I mean, listen, I'll pick it. I'm not – oh, my God. I don't know, man. This is a lot of points. But I know, like, they kind of struggled a couple of times, but they also had some back doors last year as well. Hurley, man, he doesn't lay down the dogs. He's going to kick the shit out of teams. I'm not going to lay 40.5 points, though. That's for damn sure. But I'm not going to fade UConn and Hurley. So if I had to pick one, I'm going to go 40.5. But I like the team total over there better for UConn. I think they can score 100 points, no problem. Offensively, they've been improving. And I think Hurley wants to see a step up on defense, which they can get against a porous New Haven team that probably can't shoot the ball as good.
Yeah. I'm going to lay it. Fuck it. brand new team coming up, D2 to D1.
Yep. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You don't have the the talent or the haven't been able to been given the time to get the recruits in, to get that Division I talent, true Division I talent, I should say. And you're facing a UConn team who, they last year, I think Hurley's gonna make a point to open up the season and just absolutely murder teams, especially with that 0-3 appearance there at Maui. There at the beginning or close to the beginning of the season last year. So yeah, look for them to put it on them. I wouldn't be surprised if this fucking game is like 110-40 or some shit like that. So yeah, lay it with UConn. Maybe I shouldn't be scared. Oh, fuck it. I'm just gonna bet it. I'm not even gonna be scared of it. I'm just gonna bet it.
No one's rushing to the table to bet New Haven. Bet UConn. Fuck it. I may join you. We'll see. I need to get some balls. Quick trip. Louisiana versus Ball State. Ball State's laying 2.5. Over under 144.5. I'm not that impressed with Ball State's roster, but I know Louisiana Lafayette's one of the easier teams they've played in these challenges. Home game. Ball State's competitively not the best, but I feel like it's too easy to kind of bet one of these games. I think defensively they can match. I'm going to take Ball State just on the money line, though, out of principle. I went to Ball State. I'm a grad. I like Mike Lewis, what he's been able to do. And I think Louisiana's kind of could be improved. I think we're actually one of the more improved teams in the Sun Belt this year. They definitely had some good pieces. They've been able to bring back 2 returning starters, and they kind of have some they play really physically on the perimeter. I know defensively that they stack up, and I think Ball State can play just as good defensively, though. I'll go with the home crowd in Worthen Arena. Give me Ball State. On the money line, not laying the points. They're going to literally win by 1 game. They'll be down. I've seen it many times. Ball State, it's a helter-skelter, up and down, kind of Jekyll and Hyde team. So, but come on, I'm not fading the Cardinals on day one, even though the Sun Belt Challenge hasn't been the best for the Cardinals. But I think that they could fare well against Lafayette.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bet it. I'll take Ball State. Okay.
I don't know. I'm just doing it for heart. The heart's not the best. Chirp, 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 chirp. But heart's not the best.
I think Louisiana is a pretty good team, or will be a pretty good team, I should say, this year. But it is a kind of a weird travel spot, coming all the way from Louisiana all the way to freaking Muncie, Indiana. But I'll roll with you. I'll go Ball State money line. I don't think I'm gonna bet it. You're kind of swaying back and forth and saying how they're gonna be down and then win by 1. doesn't really give me good confidence of laying a good bet on opening night. So I'll roll with you. I'll back your alma mater. I'll go Ball State on the money line with you, but probably going to be a no bet for me. And I will say, anybody in the chat, if they've seen anything for Stetson, Rhode Island, like we said, Charleston Southern at Virginia Tech, if anybody sees that.
Western Illinois, Radford as well, too.
Binghamton at Syracuse, North Carolina Central at NC State. Those are a few. And New Hampshire at Clemson, and Wagner at VCU, some other ones. If anybody sees any of those, pop it in the chat.
Navy Presbyterian as well, too. Does anyone have Navy Presbyterian? And then Delaware Bucknell also, by the way, too. All right, Elliot.
Here we go. Raymond's got something we can talk about real quick.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. What do we got?
It's in URI. He saw something at 14.5 this morning. So
assuming Rhode Island's lane.
Rhode Island lane 14.5, yeah.
God, they were good early in the year last year. I guess I'll ride that momentum. I'm not going to bet Rhode Island. I hate Archie Miller. I'm not a fan of his coaching, but Stetson's awful. So I guess I'll lay it. Rhode Island's got a decent home court. They were good early in the season last year, but probably a no bet for me on this one, but have to lay 14.5 there.
Yep. I'm right there with you. I'll lay it with Rhode Island. However, I'm not very, very fond of this team. Even though they did start out last year, 8-0, 9-0, something like that with a win over Providence, but Stetson's awful. I just 14.5, too big of a number for me to want to lay, especially on an opening night of 108 games, 107 other games that we could bet on.
Yeah. So Virginia Tech, Charleston Southern, Syracuse, Binghamton, and NC Central. I'm going to put this on the banners here. Elliot, take us away with the best game on the board tomorrow. Coastal Carolina, Western Michigan. Take us away, my friend. Western Michigan, Kalamazoo's laying 2.5. Over-under's 146.5. What you got, my friend?
Not a lot, really. This is a game that's going to be on ESPN Plus that is not going to get put up on my screen whatsoever. I'm not going to check on this game at all. Give me Western Michigan at home there in Kalamazoo. But no bet for me. I'll take Western Michigan minus the 2.5. Kind of keep up with my trend of backing these home teams here in this challenge.
I'll just take the money line. I mean, it's minus 120. I'll take that all day. Western Michigan as well. I'm with you. Kalamazoo. And then just so you guys know, this is the ones we need.
Here's this one.
NC State.
I got that one right here. Navy minus 1.5.
Okay, interesting. Navy's laying 1.5 against Presbyterian. Is it at Nate? Where is it at?
At Presbyterian.
Oh, give me Presbyterian, the Blue Hose all day. I'm loving the Blue Hose. Navy. Both these teams have a lot of momentum going into the season. I think conference standings wise, Presbyterian outperformed. Navy was a solid team against the spread last year, and ended the game good. So tough for me to bet against Navy here, but I'll go with the home team. I'm kind of nervous about Presbyterian's defense, but they bring back a lot of returning starters. So Navy laying points on the road is a little scary. I'll take Presbyterian on the money line, though, just because I'm high on the Blue Hose and I like the pieces that they have. But I think Navy, defensively and 3-point wise, could outmatch the Blue Hose.
Yeah, we can battle here. I love Navy tomorrow. I think they bring back 4 or 5 of their returning starters, and I believe it's 4. I don't think they brought back all 5, but they bring back 4 of their starters. Also bring back a guy that was injured as well. So I'm high on them. I'm also high on Presbyterian. I think they finished middle of the pack.
Both teams bring back 4 starters. Yeah.
Navy all 5. Thanks for Raymond. Appreciate that. But yeah, I like Navy here. I'll lay the 1.5. Not scared about that number. Typically if it's a 2.5 or something like that, or 3.5, I might pay the more of the juice. But when it's a 1.5, I'll just I'll bet the money line. I'll just lay the 1.5. Or if maybe I don't bet it right away, I'll wait for it to hit live. See if Presbyterian gets a bucket or 2, goes up by 2 or 3. Basketball is a game of runs. So if you at some point when a game's like that, you'll eventually see, they'll be at plus money probably here at the beginning of the game. So I might just go in live Navy money line instead of betting them 1.5.
Yeah, those short spreads will be good. Boston College versus FAU and Boca Raton. Boston College, though, catching points. I gotta like that, man. Our house relative Penny Packer in the corner, Mr. Mike, likes Boston College as well, plus 100 on the money line. I think Florida Atlantic wasn't really improved. Boston College, tough for me to bet. They're not the best team, but I'll take the P5 school catching points in Boca Raton for an overpriced Florida team. And I don't care if Boston College can't really score points. That over is really enticing. That 149.5 with the Florida Atlantic team. Why am I blanking on this coach? He runs so fast and did last year and kept the method, the Florida Atlantic method. So
John Jacobs.
Yeah. Wow. I can't believe I'm blanking on that. So thank you. I don't like Boston College. I think they're going to be a bad team, but so I don't love an over with Boston College really ever. But since Florida Atlantic, I feel like that's a little mispriced because they're overweighing Boston College's lack of a scoring ability. So, but I'll take the Golden Eagles here. But I think I'm going to go the over on this one if I had to pick one.
Yeah, fuck it. Give me Boston College money line. Me and Huff will battle Trev. I see Trev's in the chat, going all FAU on us, as per usual with his FAU love and that profile pick with John L. Davis from a few years ago. But yeah, I'm with both Mikes here. I'll go Boston College on the money line. That over is intriguing as well. Maybe that's a way that you can kind of possibly hedge yourself with a little bit, is just take Boston College on the money line and bet the over. I feel like if FAU is going to win this game, that line will probably go over. If it doesn't, Boston College should win this. So, yeah, I'll back the Power 5 against FAU there in Boca Raton. Won't be scared of it. I agree, Raymond. I think this line definitely reeks for sure, and even more of the reason for me to back Boston College here at that plus 100, plus 105 number that I'm seeing out here on the books. But we'll look at this next one. We've got another one of these Sun Belt MAC showdown, or I shouldn't say showdown, challenges. We got Old Dominion coming into Miami of Ohio. Miami of Ohio is laying 6.5. This is very intriguing to me personally because Old Dominion is a team that you typically has a lot of respect, especially there in the Sun Belt. But then you also have Miami of Ohio, who's going to be one of those front runners to win the MAC this year. They bring back Peter Suter, so all hands on deck. I think it's going to be another Akron, Miami of Ohio brotherly love finish there in the MAC. Again, a little foreshadow for that. But this line 6.5, we talked about it pretty frequently within of last year is you lay the 6.5, you take the 5.5, so you get that minus 5.5 number. You typically want to back that dog and take the plus 5.5. When you get this number that's at 6.5, like it is here with Miami of Ohio, you want to lay it. So I'll lay it here with Miami of Ohio. I'm not going to bet it. I don't think this game is going to be one of the games that I'm going to have on for sure. He's going to make one of my screens. I think I'm very intrigued to see how both of these teams perform this year. And I'm just excited to watch this game as a basketball fan. I think it's going to be one of the better games of the day, especially here at this 6 p.m. window. So in my quad box that I've got going on, it'll definitely be one of those games that I will have on the TV for sure. So looking forward to that. And then I'm just going to go ahead while we're waiting on Huff. I'm going to double back real quick, refresh, check on some other lines potentially. Still not seeing anything on Morgan State, Georgetown. You back up? All right, cool. So yeah, I was just got done. I don't know if you heard anything, but I think this is going to be one of the better games of the day. I like both of these teams. I think we're both kind of, especially Miami of Ohio. We like what they have. I talked about, laying the 6.5 versus taking the 5.5, that kind of number that we always talked about last year. But I'm probably not going to bet it. I'm going to lay Miami of Ohio minus the 6.5. No bet. Just going to enjoy this as a basketball fan. It's going to be one of the games in that 6 o'clock window that's going to definitely make one of my screens for sure.
Yeah, everyone, hand up. I'm an honest man. I'm transparent. I show my losses. I show my winnings. I took a shit. I had to take poop so bad. I had to poop so freaking bad. Thanks, Elliot, for stalling. I knew how quick it was because how bad I had to poop there. So I was holding in my poop. I feel a little better, but it's been a tough day. But anyway, that is Pump Fake After Dark, by the way. I wouldn't say this, but this will be a 2-team money line parlay for Pete's for me. I'm not laying the points here. I think Old Dominion would be tough. So if you like Miami, keep an eye on them money line live. I think they definitely can win at home. I'm confident that they can win, maybe not cover. I'm just not really confident on the 6.5. So. But I'm confident that they can win this game, especially. So this will be a 2-team moneyline parlay piece for me for the Red Hawks.
I'm down with that. I can get behind that for sure.
Troy versus Kent State. Kent State's laying 3.5. This is another fun one. Kent State, they can run and gun as well. Troy kind of can be a stout defensive team. But Kent State at home, super good. Really like how we can have an over-under. Kent State can kind of play both sides of the ball. They can play just as well with Troy's kind of style of offense. I don't know, man. I can't bring myself to lay it with Kent State, but I have to lean that way. I mean, you can talk me into it. I think Kent State at home is a viable opponent, but it could be such a low-scoring game that this line is a little scary. So I'm gonna have to go Kent State. Don't think I'm gonna bet it though.
Yeah, I kind of went back and forth on this game. I think this is going to be another game that's fairly. It's going to be a fairly good game. I think in general, Troy may have the better defense, but Kent State definitely has the better kind of offense, run and gun style. There, I'll take Kent State. I'll lay the 3.5. Probably not going to bet it though because Troy scares me. Just being honest, I think it's a team that they could definitely get up and steal this game. So I personally don't want any part of betting this, but I think it's going to be a hell of a game. But yeah, Kent State minus 3.5 for me, but stay away.
All right. And then it looks like we got a line on Georgetown minus 23.5. Sure.
Yeah.
And then Ken's liking Kent State. Ooh, talk me into Ken liking Kent State. I like that. And my grandpa's name was Ken. Henry, but they called him Ken. So I'm named after him. Ken's got a special place in my heart. And so does Ken Hatt, too. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Thanks. You might have just talked me into Kent State. Appalachian State laying a point against Central Michigan. Over-unders 139.5. I don't know, man. I kind of like Central Michigan here randomly for some reason. Home team. I think the name brand Appalachian State's kind of enticing. I think Central Michigan could be a wild card in the MAC as well. I think that they could bring a surprise. Offensively, they kind of have struggled, but the pieces that they brought in is some of the better offensive producers that they've had, at least on paper. Let's see if they can actually execute with it. So I'm going to take Central Michigan. I think some lines are available for +2.5, +1.5. So I'm going to take Central Michigan in the points here. I think that they can definitely win it outright as well. But I'll take the points. Soft.
Yeah. This is just a weird line to me. I feel like just with the history of App State and how Central Michigan hasn't been very good, you'd expect this number to be a little bit higher, maybe at like that 4.5, maybe even like 3.5. But maybe the books know something, and they're a little bit nervous on this Central Michigan team. So yeah, give me Central Michigan. It'll be Central Michigan money line for me. I don't know if I'm gonna actually bet it, but I'll take Central Michigan as a little home dog, a little home yapper. You're muted.
Keep muting because I'm either farting or no, I'm kidding. Not really. But yes, or I'm either just typing away at some of these banners or trying to find lines. So don't want to be in there. So if anyone has NC Central, NC State lines, Syracuse versus Binghamton, Virginia Tech versus Charleston Southern, please let me know. And holy shit, we're going at a snail's pace for our first episode back. It's a banger. Marist versus Xavier, -11.5, over-unders 139.5. Little Richie Pitino walking into Cincinnati, Ohio. Marist, good team, one of the better teams in the Metro Athletic Atlantic Conference, and they're only catching 11.5. I feel like everyone and their mother is going to be rushing to the book to bet Xavier tomorrow. But for some reason, this line just kind of reeks. With the trust of the books liking Marist to compete, defensively, they're one of the better teams. They don't score the ball much, but over-under 139, and I just lost a lot of viewers for saying I'm farting. I'm just kidding. But over-under 139.5. I kind of like the over in this. I can't bet Xavier just because it's too unfamiliar for me right now with this team. I need to be able to watch them, dissect them as well.
Yeah, seems like a short number for to me, just with Power 5 against an MAAC foe. I'll probably right now I would lay it with Xavier here at 11.5. The way that I would possibly even get talked into a bet here would be if this number jumps up and comes into like that, gets bet up to like that 16 or so range. Maybe I'd fire on Marist to cover that, but it seems pretty short, and I think it is for a reason. I know we're not very high on Xavier this year. I think I've got them finishing near the bottom, maybe like third to last there in the Big East. So I don't know. Gonna be a stay away for me. Right now at this number, I'll take Xavier minus the 11.5. But if it gets bet up high enough, like you said, it probably would with people running to the books to bet Xavier. I might end up betting on Marist. So check the picks page.
Okay, and it looks like someone got us to Syracuse. Raymond, thank you. Oh, sorry, we both clicked it at the same time. Syracuse, Binghamton, 21.5. Give me Binghamton. I don't know if I'm going to bet first half or full game yet, though, because if you've watched the scrimmages, they had two different things happen to them. They were losing to Pace University, Syracuse was, first off, in the first half. Came back and won by like 18 or 20. And then the opposite happened. They were kind of blowing out Buffalo, the Bulls, who we know and love. And then they ended up having a close finish. So they had a huge lead in the second half. I don't know really. I can't give my I'm sure they blew the players, but took out the players. But anyway, I'm gonna take Binghamton. I don't know if it's going to be first half or full game, but I like Binghamton. They're one of my wild cards in the American East this year, and I just don't trust Syracuse after their exhibition games.
Yep, it'll be Binghamton plus 21.5 for me.
I love it. Thanks for everyone helping in the chat. You guys are the best. Holy Cross, another help. Holy Cross Providence. Anyone has a line on that? That would be fantastic. And it looks like our next – what else do we need line-wise? Lafayette St. Joseph's as well.
Bellarmine, Georgia.
Let me do this. Bellarmine, Georgia, and the banner, so you can just have it. Western Illinois, Radford still. I mean, this is one of the most riveting games on the board. I mean, I cannot believe that line didn't populate first. Leathernecks versus Radford with their new analytics coach. So, yes. And then Trevor will be back here soon. Okay, I do have this line, though. 10 Tech versus Western Kentucky. Elliot, take it away while I type some more banners out because we're running thin. I don't have the over-under typed out, but I know it exists. Tennessee Tech is catching 12.5 only against Western Kentucky. Whoa! What do you think about that one?
I don't understand it really. I'm not sure why we're only laying 12.5 with Western Kentucky. Kind of a weird number for me. I thought this would be upwards of 15 plus. I don't think Tennessee Tech is going to be, or is expected to be very good this year. So I'll take the Hilltoppers at home, laying the 12.5. I'm not scared of that number.
And why will you take that as well? Do you think they've improved? I like the way that they played in the exhibition games as well too.
Yeah, I mean it's more of just I know they're typically better at home in my opinion, the Hilltoppers at least. And I think just in terms of Tennessee Tech, I think they're going to definitely take a step backwards this year than they did from last year. So I just feel like you get a team that's lacking talent wise against a team that should have more talent, top to bottom. And I just think that they're going to be outmatched regardless of this number. And like I said, for me, it's more of I was kind of confused of the number being a little lower. Sometimes how I like to handicap some things and kind of look into some things is I kind of like to, before the game even starts, or I'll go through the score app or some app that I can find that doesn't really show any lines. And then I kind of basically in my head view it and see, what I would kind of think would be the line. And then if it's lower than what I think it should be, it's kind of when I like to dive in on some. So this is one of those ones that I thought, it would be around that 15, 16 number. So I'm getting, 3 or 4 points what I thought it would be. So I'll take the Hilltoppers here.
I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. I think Western Kentucky totally improved for sure. Shout out the College Experience. They're going live right now. Kyle Kerm's going live right now. The CBB community is stronger than ever. We're really excited about everyone in the chat. So wherever you're watching, we appreciate you guys and those that are tuning in here. Or if you're watching all of them, you guys are the best. We got CBB multi-view available tonight. Air Force is catching 15.5 at Belmont. Over-unders 144.5. I'm laying it. I don't care. Air Force is terrible. It feels like a weird line. I know Belmont really wasn't covering these spreads as much. Defensively, they've lacked, but I think that they knew that and can improve for this season. So, yeah, Ken, I had to hop in the chat real quick just to give some love to TCE as well. So, looks like people like Air Force in the chat though, but I like Belmont here with the points or laying points.
Yep, I'm right there with you. Belmont minus 15.5 for me. I think the talent of Belmont and just the way that the style of play that they play with, that up and down style, they can make a lot of threes on you, and just the lack of experience in the backcourt for Air Force, I think, is going to pose a problem against a good backcourt that Belmont has. So yeah, give me Belmont, lay the 15.5. It is a big number. It's kind of, one of those ones that can scare you away just because it is a mid-rangers, but yeah, I don't know if I'm going to bet it. However, Belmont minus 15.5 for me would be my play.
St. Peter's goes to Seton Hall, catching 14.5, over unders 128.5. St. Peter's and Seton Hall. Holy cow, man. Shaheen Holloway going back to playing his old team that he coached for, took them to an Elite Eight appearance, almost to a Final Four with Doug Edert. Seton Hall minus 14.5. I think Shaheen Holloway might come out with a chip on his shoulder wanting to drill them. So I could lay the points, but I'm not going to bet this. I can't lay that many points with Seton Hall, especially for how many teams are going to, or how many times both teams are going to limit possessions hard here.
Yeah, and then you also got the respect angle. It's always kind of one of those things to do. We always take Oakland plus the points against Michigan State when they play Izzo. I think it's kind of similar. Not like these coaches are best friends, but this is Shaheen's former school, so he's not going to be one to run up the score here on him at all. And I don't know if necessarily there is a running up the score in Seton Hall's dictionary. I think that's not something that they know how to do. So I'll take the plus 14.5 here, and you could even talk to me into a freaking under here with this 128.5 number. I know it's a pretty low number, would be a kind of a gross under to start out the season, but I could see this game being freaking 62-50, something like that. Where St. Peter's barely scratches 50 and Seton Hall does enough to barely clear 60.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there. I mean, I'm not really worried about that at all. I think it's a great time. I want to lay the points because of the limited possessions available. So I think it's a good read. Iowa State's laying 35.5 against Fairleigh Dickinson.
Appreciate you, Helms. You're the man.
Oh, dude, Helms, my man. Oh my gosh, good to see you, my friend. And not just because you're giving us money, which we really appreciate. It's good to see you back in the chat. Always appreciate you in your comments last year. His kid's a sharp. He's not even a kid. He's probably like my age. I don't know why I said kid, but thanks, Helms. We really appreciate you, and thanks for your support. Fair Dick catching 35.5. I'm gonna lay it. Iowa State's. I'm so hot on them. I think Iowa State could hold them to 39 points and score 90. So I'm going to take Iowa State here. This is the one big number. I normally try to stay away from these early in the season, but a few of them I'm not afraid to lay, and that's one of them I'm not. This will be 39.5 tomorrow.
Yep, I agree. I think this is probably going to approach even 40. I think maybe it closes 41-42, in my opinion. I'd lay Iowa State up to probably 39.5 and feel pretty confident in it there at Hilton. You could even look at a fair dick team total under angle. I wouldn't look at a full game under just because I think, like you said, Iowa State could put up 100 plus. So that would be the maybe kind of lay off of the over under totals at all in this game, except for maybe a fair dick team total under. But yeah, lay it with Iowa State. I'm pretty high on the Cyclones this year as well. So, and you've seen what they do there at Hilton at the beginning of the season. I mean, they just absolutely wax teams by 40, 50 plus. So, this is, like you said, I'm right there with you. I'm not nervous at all laying this big number there with Iowa State.
North Dakota's catching 33.5 against Alabama. Over unders 168.5. North Dakota loses their best scorer last year in Trayson Eaglestaff. He goes to South Carolina, to West Virginia. I think that's the right route. Alabama, I'm not going to lay too many points in the early slate, too many games at that many points, but I think a valuable play could be the team total over for Alabama. I think the game total over is a little rigged and up because people think that score last year, North Dakota was able to compete. So maybe it is talking me into Alabama drilling North Dakota, but I don't know. There's some familiarity with the teams and playing each other. So I'm going to look in that team total for Alabama and have to obviously take the over. I'm not taking an under with this style of play, but I'm more so worried about North Dakota being able to shoot to take the full game over.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm going to bet this, it'd be like an Alabama team total over. That'd be kind of what I could get behind on the betting front. But like I've said a few times before, there's better games for me to bet on. But it depends on the number of that Alabama team total. See what I can get it at. With that up running, up and down type of a style. I think we can get there with that team total over for Alabama. Spread wise, give me Alabama as well. But I'd be more confident in that team total over. And then I love it. This is what I've been waiting for. Rod, father, hopping in the chat.
Let's go, Rod. Let's go. Thanks for coming back, Rod.
Missing.
Let's go. That makes me like my bet even more.
Bet over the total in Nate Oates games when the total is greater than or equal to 160. The over's record as a coach is 50-22. So
let's freaking go. I like that bet. I love it. I love it. What is the main Georgetown line or George Washington line? Have that by chance?
Let me look.
I thought I saw that one. No one's got it.
Is that a 7 game?
It's an 7 Central, whatever. Since you guys live in Central Time, you are incapable of saying Eastern Time ever. So
no, because I don't live in the Eastern Time zone. So why would I?
Yeah, but half the country does. We need this, and that's what all cable goes off of when they announce shows. Damn it! But anyway, that's an old man show. We're too. We could save that for the 20-game slate tomorrow versus right now. So I don't see a line on that one. If anyone sees Maine, George Washington, please let me know. Wisconsin Campbell, we're waiting for Trevor to get back if he ever gets back. Cleveland State versus Loyola Chicago. Loyola Chicago's laying 16.5. Over-under is 148.5. This Loyola Chicago team's feeling good. First game back from Sister Jean. This line is so gross. It makes me want to lay the points just kind of unnaturally. But this early in the season, I can't do that. I'm going to take Cleveland State with the points. I think that they could be able to compete, limit possessions defensively. But I'm really high on this Loyola Chicago team. Man, I don't know. I'm gonna take the points though. It's a lot of points.
Yeah, I'm right there with you on this. I think, this is maybe the one game where the tragic magic type of stuff kind of just gets in the way. It's more of a distraction. They're probably going to do something with honoring her, deservedly so. Again, rest in peace to Sister Jean and, everybody there at the school, at the college, and just her friends, family, all of that. But I think you're right there. I think it's a little bit too much. I think there might be some distractions there early. Don't see Cleveland State, ever threatening to win the game. However, I just think 16.5 is a lot of points. You're muted. So
Go ahead, take it away.
SEMO is just taking a short jaunt up north to St. Louis, take on the Billikens. Billikens laying 18.5. Over and under is set for 150.5. What do you got in here?
Yeah, I this is a stay away game. I think St. Louis, another team that you're super high on, but a lot of points here. And I'm just curious and fascinated by the books price in Cleveland State at 16.5 and SEMO at only 18.5 with one of the A10 media poll favorite and Robbie Avila. So that's interesting to me. That makes me feel like SEMO's going to be a really good team yet again this year. And the books are high on them. So I'll lean the points for SEMO, but I don't feel as confident as I do with Cleveland State. So I don't know. I don't think I'm going to bet this one, but I'll lean Southeastern Missouri State.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like
I mean, this is your homeland. I mean, I know you're from Kansas. I'm kidding, but
no. I mean, it's just a big number. But I feel like I'll take SEMO plus the points. A little interstate rivalry, but I don't like it. I'll tell you that. I could see St. Louis just waxing them, but
yeah. Well, this one's going to be interesting because Milwaukee is only laying 5.5 against Hampton. Thinking of teams that the books may like, Hampton, they're very high up in the Colonial Athletic Association, always Colonial. They've surprised some teams and they've come out strong, and I really like their coach there for sure. I think Rod liking SEMO. I gotta like Rod. Thanks, Rod, in the chat liking SEMO. I like that first half play plus 10. I think that's a solid look. But man, this Milwaukee team's really good, and that 5.5 number goes against my principle of betting it. But if I had to pick one, I'm gonna bet Milwaukee minus 5.5, and I do like the over under 145. I'm 99.9% sure I'm betting Milwaukee minus 5.5, but I do like the over as well, 145. All right,
correct. Yeah. I mean, it is one of those numbers that's a little scary with that 5.5. But and why wouldn't we want to take Milwaukee here at home against Hampton? I'm okay with backing Bart Lundy here. I'll take Milwaukee minus the 5.5. Can I maybe talk to you about this being the second leg of that 2-team money line parlay, a little M&M parlay? Money line, well, M&M,
EM, and MH, Emma. Let's see.
Can I talk you into that maybe?
MHEM, that's the MHEM two-team money line parlay, or MHEM. So yeah, I'm in on that. I'm down. Let's go Miami and Milwaukee. They both have parentheses in their official school name as well. Miami parentheses Ohio, UW parentheses UW Milwaukee. So I like that for that 2-team money line parlay. Let's fucking roll. Excuse my French. Trevor, just back in time, we haven't talked about Wisconsin yet, just so you know.
Cool.
But we saved a really good one for you. If you missed any, it's all going to be on the picks page. We got a lot of games to go through. I know. Thanks for everyone tuning in for these 3-4 hour bangers that we're doing. This is just a preview for a Friday night slate come Saturday. Tomorrow's only 20 games, so we'll be able to run through that fairly quick. And this week's a little short until the weekend. But Trevor, saved a good one for you. Why don't you kick us off? Thanks for coming back from Kerms. Bethune-Cookman catching 25.5. for a new coach of Bruce Pearl's son. Over-unders 51.5. How you feeling about this one, my friend?
Yeah, going back to the Milwaukee one. Quick, I kind of want to fade Milwaukee, but I don't have the nuts. I respect Lundy too much, but it feels like a too big of a number here. But yeah, man,
that's a number. It's our least favorite number on the board. Too.
Okay, fun fact. When we were on Kerms, he brought it up. Like he was like, "Do you guys want to talk about it?" And I was like, "What? The number?" He's like, "Yeah." It's like, "Oh, laying 5.5 is terrible." He went back since like 2008. It's like it's like roughly like almost 500. It's like 50.2%. And then in the last since 2022, it's like basically 50% to a little more towards the -5.5. But yeah, so I'm not going to admit it, but that's still a weird number. I hate that number. But anyway, Bethune, yeah, it's Pearl coming in. They lost everybody on Auburn. I think they're taking a significant step back. I know this is probably your ideal team you want to face when you get your head coaching gig started, but I think the back door is open. I think Bethune can find a way to do this. It's the jungle, but I don't know if it's going to be rocking, given that. But yeah, it would be Bethune or nothing. But this number is going to inflate. But so wait if you like it. But I'm not going to bet it, but I do like Bethune here. I think it was all 5.5s, Helms.
Elliot. And but I mean 50%, that's not some Twitter guys tout that record. Elliot, go ahead. Auburn. I know you're not as high on Auburn with the new coach.
Yeah. I mean, the talent-wise, they're good. Just because they returned everybody that was supposed to be on this roster. With Bruce Pearl at the helm. But now you got his son. I think it'll be fine. Eventually, they might struggle a little bit here, just in game situations at the kind of the start of the year. I think. Bethune is probably I think personally, the Bethune is the most talented team there in the SWAC. I have them winning the SWAC, and I think this number is too high. I think I'll be on Bethune plus the 25.5. But like Trev said, I'm going to wait because it's going to go up. So yeah, I'll be on Bethune plus the points. At some point tomorrow, I'll pull the trigger, and we'll kind of go from there.
You dirty dogs! I'm just going to join you. I don't have any insight for you. Let's go Reggie Theus. Let's go Bethune-Cookman. They're one of the better teams in their conference as well. Fade in the jungle, though, may need a little more push. But let's go. Let's freaking go. Bethune, maybe first half as well on the spread. Check the picks page. We like Bethune-Cookman. Elliot, you did St. Louis. I think you should do Indiana State as well. There's some familiarity with that with shirts, but Indiana State, unfortunately, their coach is had a heart attack, triple bypass surgery as well. Hope he's doing okay. Thoughts and prayers to Indiana State. And a terrible transition, but in lighter news, they got Mountain Dew on their quarter zips. The coaches got Mountain Dew contracts, and they're on their quarter zips. So Indiana State, powered by Mountain Dew. Charlotte was really bad last year. These are two bad teams. Is Charlotte?
Is this the spot where you think Indiana State carries their name? Kind of.
I think this is the tragic magic game, but Indiana State's going to be a 9-win team at best this entire year.
I could see that. Charlotte can't be any worse than they were last year, but laying 3.5.
They're bad, dude. They only got NAIA game. Like they're going to be bad, Missouri Valley wise, at least for sure. They're going to be really bad. And there's a lot going on, but I feel like the first game they could do a good bump. So I'll take it plus 3.5. But Charlotte's pieces stink. Last year they were tough to watch. I don't trust them and their coach. So I'll take Indiana State. I don't know if I want to bet this for how bad these two teams are, though.
Can't really blame you.
Is that line accurate?
It is 100% accurate.
Okay. I just think that Indiana State should be favored, so I wasn't sure. So yeah, I'll be on Indiana State plus the 3. Get that fucking Fugazi Charlotte shit out of here. Who are they to be laying points with how bad they were last year, and then they didn't even bring anybody, and they lost 2 of their best players to the portal. So yeah, give me Indiana State. I'll rock with Missouri Valley.
If anyone has a line on American versus Wake Forest, that would be great. And if anyone has a line on Maine, George Washington, that would be great. Also, Boston Northeastern, Maryland Eastern Shore, Georgia Tech, Bellarmine, Georgia, Lafayette, St. Joseph's, and Western Illinois, Radford. I know we got a lot. We'll get to it. Hopefully they populate in. If not, we got a picks page for a reason to check in. But holy shit, Trevor, take a peek. I can't pronounce it. This team stinks in football. They're the worst football team in the country, in my opinion. But you guys can't. You guys want Luke Fickell, so that's all right.
No, that shit is a failed. Bring back Paul Chris. I like winning 16 to 11. Just winning grinder games, winning 10 games a year. That was fun. I miss those days. Now we're just a sad, pathetic joke of a program. But it's basketball season, and we don't have to worry about those fucking losers anymore. Yeah, Campbell. I'm pretty sure. Is Campbell or like Texas Southern or somebody last year gave us a scare at home. That was the game prior to Arizona. I believe it was Arizona.
It was UTRG. It was UTRGV that gave you a scare at home.
UTRGV. Okay, yep. Them. Lucky for us, we just have some MAC teams on deck. Ball State, NIU. So don't have to worry about that. We did get Austin Rapp, Andrew Rohde, and Nick Boyd, my GOAT from the FAU team, my second GOAT after John L. Davis. I think this number's a little too big, but Wisconsin's offense looked pretty good. We still have bigs, and our bigs are kind of soft down low. At least Nolan Winter, he's not the biggest dude. He's big, but he's not like the biggest with anything on him. So I think he could potentially get bullied a little bit too. So I like the over here more than anything. If I had to pick a side, it would probably be Campbell, but I'd just let it inflate. But no bet for me in this one. I will just watch and observe my team in peace.
Oh, man. Yeah, give me Campbell. I think they're going to absolutely bring it on to Wisconsin. And Wisconsin is so freaking overrated this season. Like, holy cow. Like, but the Kohl Center is a tough place to play for me to fade. But I think I'm just gonna. This is my first spite bet of the year. But it's not like Trevor's going out and be like, we're gonna drill Campbell. So it doesn't get me as excited personally. So we'll see if I bet this. But yeah, give me the freaking Fighting Camels to defend Wisconsin at the perimeter really good and try to slow down the pace for these Bucky Badgers. My God, seeing an over-under 150.5. The game has fucking changed. In the Kohl Center, you saw that in the Kohl Center 10 years ago. I know betting wasn't what it was, but it still existed. Trust me. That was crazy. I would hammer that under. So, but now it's different. It's a whole nother game.
Hold up. The Rodfather's back with stats. You bet the over total in Indiana State games as road underdog or pick. The over's record since 2025 is 10-1. So that's that's
good. Yeah, since 2025, that's a new coach too. I'm all right. That's good insight, and that actually is probably fair as well for our plus 3.5 potentially too. But I like the over, so let's go. And Rod as well doing the Campbells. So and
that too.
Right, this team's trash.
I had eyes on this game a little bit. It was tough to watch. We were trailing in the under 12. Out of the half. So it would be Campbell or nothing, but I think there's going to be buckets in this game because their defense looked pretty rough, but the offense looked all right.
Yeah, I'm new Wisconsin team. I'm not ready to lay 20 plus with this new Wisconsin team, so they'll have to prove it. I'll maybe capitalize on taking some of these bigger numbers here that Wisconsin's going to be laying, and I'll be on Campbell plus the 20.5.
Elliot, I saved a banger one for you, dude. Go ahead and lead us off with this one. What?
Hold on. I got a couple that I'm doubling back on. Shout out for Raymond for this line. Providence.
Yeah, thank you.
Providence, Holy Cross. Providence laying 28.5 there at the dunk. You guys got any thoughts on that?
I can't lay that many points with Kim English, but they got a lot of expectations this year, so I'll lean Providence to drill them by 30. But I can't put my hard-earned cheddar on Kim English that early in the season.
Trev?
Oh yeah, it would. I agree with Pop. It would be Holy Cross or nothing.
Yeah, I'll lay it with Providence here. No bet for me. I don't think Holy Cross is that great. And then the other one right here, Lafayette St. Joe's, kind of at that 15.5, 14.5, 15.5 is what I was seeing. So St. Joe's laying the 15, say.
Yeah, I think St. Joe's can get a lot of opportunities like they did last year. They're a really good rebounding team that they could definitely get some second chance opportunities. But they did lose a lot of their pieces in the front court as well, but they still have a good amount of pieces as well. And Anthony Finkley, and then Desar Haskins for the 3-pointers. So, and then Derek Simpson at guard also from Rutgers as a solid piece. So I think the St. Joe's team, I'll lay it. I'm not afraid of that. Lafayette, not the best team at all. So I think St. Joe's could definitely win.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think St. Joe's gets it done. Kind of a little bit of a rough year last year. I think they bounce back and respond this year.
Yep, I'll agree with you guys. I'll lay it with St. Joe's. Not to the point where I'm going to bet it, but it'll be St. Joe's minus the 15 or so for me as well.
All right. Campbell, Wisconsin's out of there. And then let's see, what else do we got here? Elliot. Oh yeah, save the fire one for you. Take it away, my friend.
Appreciate that. Another Sun Belt MAC challenge. So we got Louisiana Monroe traveling up to Northern Illinois, where Northern Illinois is laying 5.5. Over under is 147.5. And I don't want to fucking watch this game, so I'm going to lay the 5.5, given the new statistics or whatever the fuck you guys were talking about earlier. So yeah, give me the Northern Illinois, lay the 5.5. Fuck Louisiana Monroe. Back another home team here in this challenge.
Go ahead, Trevor.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I would lean Northern Illinois, but I hate that. I hate laying the 5.5. At home in this challenge, it's always been competitive. The home teams, I feel like they've had success the last couple of years, but I lean Northern Illinois. I just don't want to lay 5.5. But I would feel better laying it with them than catching the 5.5 with Monroe on the road. I just think Northern Illinois is a little bit better than them, and being at home, given the challenge, I think they get up for it, but no play for me.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I'm going to go Northern Illinois as well, but no play either for me. UCF's laying 11.5 at the bounce house for Hofstra. I'm curious on this one because seems like a lot of points, but I'm also not that high on this Hofstra team as some other people are. So, what do you guys feel? Do you think it's too many points, or do you think that UCF is going to drill them?
I'll go. I like Hofstra catching the points. I know they lost their best players. And everything, but it's still early season. It's a respectable program. UCF has been so up and down. I know they brought in some talent, but they also lost some players from last year. So figuring that out, it feels a little too much. I feel like Hofstra can keep this within 8 or 9 points, because they have the ability to slow the game down. If they get the game to slow down, I should say, if they get that style of play, but. I think they could have some success tomorrow, but I don't feel strong about it. But I'd rather catch the 11.5 here. I think they have the ability to kind of hang around that 10 number.
Yeah, the bounce house ain't going to be bouncing very much tomorrow. I don't think UCF's going to be very good this year. I think that Hofstra is going to use this as kind of a game to that they're going to be motivated for, especially here in the the non-conference schedule. Some of these teams that are pretty damn good in the mid-major ranks, and just kind of in conference use these games as kind of motivation to pick teams off and get those early upsets, or just be very competitive in those games. And I think they can do that here. I think maybe UCF's team last year could have maybe ran them out of the gym with their athleticism, but I don't think that that's there this year. So give me Hofstra and their solid kind of stingy defense to kind of keep this close, and they lose this game by by single digits.
Muted.
Dude, my freaking computer's ass. But I'm pulling a Trevor tonight on the previews. But UCF, I think they can cover this number, but I'm probably not going to bet it. So if that shows you anything against you guys, Trevor.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Look at the banner. Read the banner.
You don't have to. I already know the play.
Do the math. Say it. Go ahead.
First half. Lehigh first half team total under.
Easy money. Enough said. Team.
Yep. It could be 17.5. Doesn't matter.
Swarms them, just like they do every year.
Yep.
I will. I'll take the first half team total under with y'all, and I'm going to double up, and I'll bet Houston minus 35.5 as well. They're going to kill this team by 50.
Yeah, they definitely will be in there like swimwear. All right, so we have so many lines that just are not out yet. So we're just, what are we doing here? But we got the picks page for a reason. So here, I'll run through these quick. People that, if anyone in the chat, Gardner Webb, Minnesota, FAMU, USF, Chi-State, DePaul, Mercyhurst, Northwestern, and Oklahoma, St. Francis as well would be great if anyone had those lines available. Also, Western Illinois versus Radford, Lafayette, St. Joseph's.
We did that one. 15.5. 15.5 with St. Joe's.
Yeah, we did do that one. Sorry. Thank you for that one. Boston Northeastern. I'm taking a live team total over. Let's forget that game. Unless there's a line available, but live team total under. Excuse me. In that game for sure. I think it could start out hot and take the under, and then UMass. Georgia Tech, Syracuse, Binghamton. We still need Virginia Tech, Charleston Southern, and NC Central, NC State as well.
Yep, Mizzou, Howard. That's another game I was looking at trying to get. New Hampshire, Clemson, Wagner, VCU, Delaware, Bucknell.
An American and Wake as well.
I'm looking on this screen, and whenever they pop up, I'll let you know if they do. Otherwise.
Yeah. Keep refreshing every like 2 minutes, even, honestly.
Shout out Spoon. Best of luck tomorrow, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Spoon. Appreciate you, dude. Lipscomb, Vandy laying 24.5 or 24 points exactly, over under 153.5. Lipscomb, brand new team, but so they could be taking a step back here, but it seems like a lot of points. I can't lay it with Vandy, but I think that Vandy could actually drill them by like 30 points. I think Vandy's a really good team, but they need to show it to me before I put my money on them.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think they kind of run them out the gym. Byington's been building something there, and they were good last year. Brought in some good players. Yes, you lost Jason Edwards, but I just think this team is, Vanderbilt as a whole has been good. Like the last couple, 2 years, they've been a good program, but good school. They're climbing out of the basement, and I think this is a stop for them to kind of just run Lipscomb out to the gym. I think they win this game and blow it open. So I'll probably be on Vandy tomorrow. I think they have the roster and ability to absolutely just to dismantle somebody and keep them down instead of letting them back in the game.
Yeah, I'm not going to battle you here because I'm not going to bet it, but I'll be on Lipscomb plus 24. Little brother, both located in Nashville, Tennessee. No travel spot for Lipscomb. Familiar with the area, familiar with the arena. So I think they can keep it close, maybe keep it within this 24. If I was going to bet it, I'd obviously wait because I think it does. It probably will, jump up a few points and I can get a few more points here right before tip. But I'm not going to bet it personally, but I'll be on Lipscomb plus the points. And then if you do end up going in on that travel, I'll definitely be rooting for you and for Vandy to blow them out by 40.
Sports science, Jacob thinking. I've been struggling with the lag. Am I lagging? Sorry, Sana. Shit. Hopefully I'm not lagging too bad. Just tell me to shut the hell up, honestly. Picks page is open. Miami's laying 21 points against Jacksonville. What do you guys feel about this one? I think it's too many. I know Miami's kind of high-powered. They're star-powered a little bit. I think it's too many points. Don't know if I'm going to bet it, but I'll take Jacksonville with the points just because they can limit possessions. But Miami needs to prove it to me. I'll wait to bet this until tip if I do.
Going back, Science says Jacob saying Lehigh's first half team total is 39.5.
Yeah, give it to me. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Give it to me.
Yep. That might be another big bet for me. They haven't adjusted these numbers yet. These should be more 17.5, not 23.5. Yeah, I would lean more Jacksonville. In-state rivalry. Miami's entirely new coach. Or no, they did he come and coach by the end of the year or no?
Brand new coach.
Yeah, I know that. I didn't know if they were talking about. Whatever. But
it's Duke's old assistant coach.
Yeah,
Lucas.
I just didn't know if he went there last year at some point and coached, but because I'm pretty sure he left Duke the team early. But regardless, I would still be on Jacksonville. Miami's got too many new pieces. Jacksonville's got athleticism and athletes. I think they can. I think they can hang around 21 with Big Bro on the road, while Miami still kind of figures out rotations and everything else out on the court in game time.
I took a half day tomorrow, by the way. So this is IPA number 4, by the way. Look at that head on that, by the way. Anyway.
Look at that head.
Elliot.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Jacksonville's not going to be very good this year. I think they lost kind of their team with McCray, so hard for me to take them plus the 21. But however, Miami is Miami. They're going to Miami. I'll wait, see what happens with this line, but I'll be on Jacksonville plus 21, and then I'll probably end up taking them closer to tip, more at that 23, 24, 25 type of a deal. If I'm going to end up betting it, depends on how the first games go.
Yeah, I could see that. Oakland versus Michigan. Michigan is laying 22.5 points against Oakland. Oakland, Campy, good vibes with Tom Izzo. Now he's playing that. I feel like it's a lot of points though. But this Michigan team, high powered. Who's going to defend Yaxel Landenberg as well? I'm undecided. I'm going to stay away from this one as well, unfortunately. But I guess I will take Oakland with the points, but I don't love that, and I'm not going to bet it.
I would lean Michigan. Oakland, too many new pieces, still figuring it out. Yes, Michigan is too, but they have a lot of talent and a lot of size down low. So I think Michigan kind of, maybe Oakland hangs around a little bit first half while Michigan kind of figures shit out. But I think by the end of it, Michigan kind of just runs away and wins this game by 27-28. So I like Michigan, probably will fire on them. It's not like Dusty May and Campy are friends like Izzo is, where they won't run it up. So give me Michigan minus 22.
Yep. Not much I need to add to that. Michigan -22. No bet for me, though. I'll back Michigan there at home to kind of blow them out.
Yep. Not sure what happened to Huff, but sure he'll be back. Yeah, Sanford Tulane. You got anything on this?
I like Tulane. End of an era there with Buckyball leaving Sanford. So I like Tulane. Another one of those 5.5 numbers that we, are, I guess, shouldn't be scared of. So yeah, give me Tulane here. Kind of the start of what I think is going to be a great season for Tulane. So I'll lay the 5.5 there. I think they can cover this number there at home.
Yeah, I like Tulane too. Samford, completely new, losing the coach and a lot of this roster. So give me Tulane at home, laying the 5.5. Don't like the number, but I just don't like Samford out the gate this year that much. If they come through and play good, all right, we'll see what happens. But I feel like it's more than likely Tulane's going to kind of just end up running away with this at some point. Oh, all right. He's gone. Well, regardless, we did that. I'm not sure if this game was done already. Just holler at me in the chat if we already talked about this game. But Illinois, I like this team a lot. I bet them to win the Big Ten plus 650. I think they're going to be really, really good. They got that whole Serbian front court there and whatnot. Like their guard is he played pro ball in Serbia. He's old. He's got a lot of experience. So I think Illinois kind of just ends up running away with this thing more than anything. I'm not too excited about Jackson State this year personally. So I think Illinois just kind of opens this up and ends up just walking away with this. I know Jackson State brings back some talent and players last year, but I just don't know if they have the size or capability to play a full 40 minutes with this gigantic and experienced Illinois team. So I would lay it with Illinois 30.5, if anything, maybe even an Illinois team total.
I love Illinois here. I'm going to have to agree with you. Who's going to guard some of their height that they had? They got a lot of size that can shoot. So they can play at the perimeter. They can play down low. I have no idea who's going to be able to guard some of these Illinois players tomorrow. So, yeah, give me Illinois with the big number.
Yeah, I'm right there with you guys. I'll back Illinois here. Not afraid. This is another one of those big numbers. Won't be afraid to lay it with Illinois.
I would not lay 22 with Minnesota. Give me G-Dub with the 22. I'm probably not going to bet it, but no way in hell I'm laying 22 with Minnesota.
Oh, I am. They would cover these numbers with Ben Johnson even. Now they got Nico Medved.
Entirely new team.
But they would cover this number with Ben Johnson and a worse roster, in my opinion.
Yeah, and Gardner-Webb's not as good as they have been in the past, I don't think, or they're going to be this year. I would take Minnesota, but this isn't the game that I'm looking forward to betting. So yeah, Minnesota -22 for me, but no bet in my opinion.
All right. Need help with the banners, someone. Utah Tech.
What games are you on? What was the last one you did? Because it was kind of jumping around. I was going to put them in.
We're all over the place just because we're out of line. No one doesn't have lines and stuff. So whatever. We're just kind of rushing through the ones that we're not rushing through, but just trying to get through the ones that we have. And then if not, people miss it. They don't get the full analysis, but they have the picks page on our Twitter. So it's all that matters, I guess. But unfortunately, sadly, that's how it is. But the lines just aren't out yet, which they're cowards. The books are cowards. They're scared of the Pump Fake Pod, Kyle Kerms, TCE. They're afraid of it all. They're afraid of this whole college basketball community. But Utah Tech's going into South Dakota. South Dakota's laying 2.5. I like this South Dakota team, man. I mean, they were a good team last year. They lose a good amount for sure, which I think could be trouble for South Dakota. But they're going to be somewhat feisty. The number just shows that the books are a little scared of the home team, even with a South Dakota, bringing back 2 returning starters. They do bring back they bring in a couple pieces from Eastern Kentucky, but you lose Chase Forte, or not Chase Forte, I think that was his name. But you lose all those pieces that were so high producing last year, so it's a little somewhat scary. But I like South Dakota on the money line. I'm not afraid of it. They're at home. Defend Vermillion.
I'm with you, South Dakota. Being at home, Utah Tech they were respectable. But I just think South Dakota, this is a home game, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, South Dakota at home. I'll lay this number. This should be more of a 3.5, 4 in my opinion. So I'll take South Dakota. Maybe a money line price if it's like 135-ish, but I'll lay it with South Dakota.
It's minus 120 right now and 125.
Oh, give me the money line. Give me the money line. Yeah, minus 120. I'll take that.
Elliot.
Yep, I'll take South Dakota as well. And then Rod's just dropping in knowledge of every reason for us to bet the over in this game as well. So if you wanted to do that and feel inclined to do that, I think the over 161.5 would be possibly a good bet as well.
Yeah, I like that. Only thing I would be scared of is just how many pieces were lost for South Dakota. But the numbers do not lie, my friends. So shout out Rod. He's always coming in the chat. We appreciate you, Rod, whipping out some good statistics that we just don't really get to have all the time. And again, we need a couple pieces. We need some people for some lines. We don't need this line. Like I said, Boston team total under live. Let them score. But we do need still some pieces for sure. But we got this one, Montana State versus Colorado. Colorado's laying 12.5 against Montana State. Ooh, Colorado State's really stinky, man. They're not very good. I'm going to take Montana State here. They've lost a lot of pieces too, so that scares me. I'm not going to bet this, but I'll take Montana State. I think Colorado doesn't stack up athletically, but Montana State losing a ton of pieces, I think they still can cover the number though, even with a brand new team.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like Montana State. Colorado's booty cheeks. I get they're at home, but Montana State used to playing in elevation too. So I just don't think Colorado has talent or enough pieces to cover a double-digit spread. If it was 7.5 or something, that's different. But you're going to give me Montana State catching 12.5 at a booty cheeks Big 12 team. I'll take that all day against Colorado. So yeah, give me Montana State. Add it to the card.
Yep, we can squad ride this one. I'll take Montana State plus the 12.5. We talked about how Colorado is not going to be very good. I picked them at the bottom of the Big 12. Just don't think they're talented enough. I don't think they should be laying double digits here. So I'll gladly take Montana State.
All right, San Jose State versus Utah. Utah's laying 12.5, kind of a similar number to what the game we just saw last time. Over 145.5. San Jose State is in the Mountain West, though. Tim Miles, good coach. This Utah team's improved, though, man. I think Utah can cover this number. Offensively, they're a stout team. I think they just need to be able to get back up on defense. And they do that run and gun style of play where I think that their team total can hit, which in favor, I like the spread. I'm just worried about their defense. So I like Utah minus 12.5 here.
Yeah, I'm with you. This would be a spot or a team that I would be comfortable playing Utah. They were all right last year. They had flashes, but they just never could pull anything through. And they got a decent amount of talent back, and they have a lot of size. Being at home, I think it's an advantage. And I think this is a chance they can actually take advantage and blow somebody out. I don't know how competitive they'll be in the Big 12, but this is a spot where I think they can just kind of run away with one and kind of start feeling good about themselves.
Brand new team, brand new coach for Utah. They're just trying to replicate what BYU's doing, bringing in an NBA coach and then trying to get these guys. I don't think it's going to be as successful. They're at Utah. They're going to be more the TJ Maxx Marshalls version. So I'll lay it with Utah, but no bet for me. I got to see what this team and this new coach is going to bring before I put my money on them. So no bet, Utah minus 12.5.
All right, South Carolina State goes into Louisville. Louisville's wearing 34.5 on their number. Over under is 158.5. I'll lay it. Kelsey's a douche. He's gonna douche it up out there. He's a short man guy. He got absolutely bodied by Bill Self in the line. He talked a big game, buddy. You better be able to back it up, and he wants to. So I'll lay it with Louisville. That's another big number I'm willing to dive into here in the week 1 slate.
Yeah. This Louisville team's got a ton of talent. Kashawn Pryor's back. They got a lot of size and experience. This spread feels like it's just telling you they win like 92 to like 47 or something. Like this just feels like they're just going to absolutely run away with it, and you're going to miss the over under because South Carolina State couldn't score 50. So give me Louisville here. I don't know if I'll bet it, but I'm tempted.
Yeah, it's a Louisville for me. Louisville spot. Gotta can't be afraid of these big numbers. I think the big numbers can kind of scare some people off, but when it's the right side, it's the right side. I think it is here. So Louisville minus the 34.5.
All right, another big number. Texas Southern versus Gonzaga. Gonzaga's laying 27.5 minus 1. Over under 158.5. Trevor, how are we feeling about Gonzaga? And another big number here on the opening day.
Yeah, I took Gonzaga to win the WCC minus 150. I think they're going to be pretty good. Tyon Grant Foster's back. But Texas Southern's always been a little feisty team. They always hang around. Gonzaga always has that built-in tax. It's at the dog kennel, but I don't think at the kennel, but I don't think it's going to be that crazy of an atmosphere. I think the back door is open. I think Texas Southern loses this game to like 24-23. So give me Texas Southern. I'll see what happens with this number. If it moves up, I'll take it. If it kind of hangs around this number 2, I'd probably take it. Just kind of them showing they don't care how much Gonzaga money they take. So Texas Southern, one way or another for me, probably tomorrow. Anybody?
Yeah, I'll take Gonzaga. Don't know if I'll bet it. I think that this is a fair price for them. We used to see them in the high 30s. With their run and gun, I think they're going to come out and try to make a statement game here. So I like Gonzaga with the big number here.
Yep, kind of same thing I just talked about Louisville. Don't be scared with that number. I'll lay it with Gonzaga there at the kennel.
All right, Elliot, this is a big one. I gave you a good one actually. Finally, take it away, my friend.
Yeah, Grand Canyon, first year there in the Mountain West. I think this place is going to be lit. It's going to be ready. I'll lay the 14.5. It is a scary number though. IPFW is fairly respectable. They can be competitive. They can get up for these games. But I think when you look at Grand Canyon and then you look at IPFW and they're in the Horizon League, I think talent-wise there's a significant gap. And then you take in the home atmosphere. This crowd's going to be ready. The student section is going to be ready. They don't have football there at the school, so this is kind of their big first game to kind of show up and show out. So I expect a huge crowd, loud crowd, and I think Grand Canyon can kind of run away with it here.
I think IPFW can kind of hang around. They're a respectable team. They always play good out of the conference. The offense looks good. They play a tempo. They have an efficient offense. I think they can hang around in this number. I don't think they're going to be live to win, but I think they can kind of hang around and hang around the 12, 13-point mark. So I'd let this get bet up and take IPFW.
Yeah, I'm gonna go IPFW. I think it's a lot of points, but Grand Canyon, their home environment's a little scary, tough travel spot. That's my only hesitation, and if we're gonna play devil's advocate as well. Let's go to a banger. Why not? Villanova's catching 8.5 against BYU. BYU over under 152.5. Trevor, what are we talking about? You probably chopped this one up for sure. How are we doing on this one, and how are we feeling? For Mary Mack and BYU with the number 1 recruit, AJ DeBonsta, coming in. And I'll probably figure out how to pronounce that at some point. But Villanova, new coach, Kevin Willard, coming from Maryland. So new regime there for the Wildcats. Now they go into BYU. Tough place to play. But I believe this one is at T-Mobile Arena as well.
I guess. Yeah, I like BYU here. Villanova, new coach, new coaching staff, new players, no more Eric Dixon. BYU brought back some guys. They did lose some talent, but they still brought back some guys. They got Atabansa out of the portal. They brought some other good players. I think Pop Isaacs is here or something like that too. I could be wrong on that, but they brought in players. They always do. And BYU head coach Kevin Young, NBA affiliate. So I think on a national stage here with the amount of hype that Atabansa's gotten, this team has always been very efficient and effective and scored a lot of points. I think they ball out tomorrow, and Villanova kind of just can't keep up, and BYU runs away with it at some point. So BYU minus 8.5 for me tomorrow.
Yeah, this is interesting. I'm kind of intrigued. I wanted to originally take Villanova plus the 8.5. But when I was kind of looking over just kind of the roster and what Villanova brought in with Willard there, I just, for some reason, I just want to take BYU minus 8.5 because of the talent that they have. Think it's a lot better. And then also, you bring in the fact of Villanova going across the country, where BYU is going to be, right there, kind of in their backyard. So I'm sure I'll end up betting this one way or the other. But for right now, I'm feeling like I'm leaning towards taking BYU minus the 8.5. Haven't fully decided what I want to do yet. But check the picks page. We'll see what I end up doing. And then I think Trev Pop Isaacs, he's at A&M.
A&M, okay. I couldn't remember where. For some reason, I was like, feels right. But nope. All right.
I'm going to go BYU here. Yeah, let's squad ride that. They got a lot of momentum coming in. It's kind of nerve-wracking. I think people are going to bet them a ton, but whatever. Not worried about it. North Dakota State is playing Oregon State. Oregon State's laying 8.5. Over-under is 148.5. I like the over here. I think they both can run. I don't know. But North Dakota State's a run and gun style team. I think Oregon State defensively, though, could be beefed up. I'm not going to bet this, but if I had to lean one pick, it's going to be the over-under. I don't have a strong conviction on either side.
Yeah, I don't either. I want to see what Oregon State looks like before anything. I would lean the dog, but I'm not betting this game. Too many question marks.
Yeah, I'll take Oregon State minus the 8.5. No bet for me, I don't think. Yeah, Oregon State minus 8.5.
Another random one. Idaho's catching 7.5 against Washington State. Washington State over-unders 156.5. I feel like people are going to bet the shit out of Washington State. At that price, they're a decent money line parlay, but not enough to lay. I like this Idaho team. If I'm betting this, I'm taking the points, but I think Washington State, if you like Washington State, it's probably not best to lay the points with them, but they just could be a good two-team money line parlay piece as well at that price.
Yeah, I kind of like Idaho here. I don't think Washington State's got that much talent. I think Idaho's a respectable team. Going on the road to Washington State's not like they're walking into Rupp Arena or anything. So I don't think they'll be too phased. I would take the dog here. I'm with you. I think Washington State wins this game, but I don't think it's going to be a pretty win. I think it's going to be they're going to scrap for this one. I like the dog.
Yeah, this kind of 7.5, 8.5 number. I'd be more keen to take an Idaho. And if I was going to bet it between this game and the Oregon State game, I'd choose to take Idaho plus the 7.5 plus the 8.5 here. I think they're an opponent that's going to make it tough for Washington State, and I think going to be very prideful playing out there in the Northwest, upper Northwest. So I like Idaho plus the 8.5 or plus the 8 or 7.5, wherever you get it.
All right, we like Idaho, like the over. All right, Cal State Bakersfield playing Cal. Cal's laying 14.5. Over under is 145.5. I'll take Cal State Bakersfield in the points. This Cal team's overrated. Mark Madsen, not my favorite coach. I think Cal lacks extreme amount of talent here. So yeah, I like Bakersfield here.
Isn't Bakersfield coach the guy who got arrested for human trafficking and drugs and shit in the offseason?
The assistant? Yeah.
Was it the assistant? Okay. Regardless, yeah, I think
maybe I'll just stay off of this one. I think.
Yeah, I think it would be Cal. I think Bakersfield had way too many off-season drama issues, like I just talked about. So I think they may just be a little rough. I think Cal could absolutely kill them. Get a good spot with a team that's not been focused. They've got what seems like the FBI kind of just hanging around, digging into the coach and everything else. I feel like they're going to be a little rough. So give me Cal. I might bet this one.
Yeah, I'll be on Rowdy the Roadrunner. I'll back little brother here. Give you the plus 14.5 with Bakersfield.
Someone loves human trafficking, and it's Elliot and I. No, I'm kidding. It's because I like Cal State Bakersfield too. But I mean, dude, it's the assistant coach. I mean, fuck. I mean, how long are they? None of these college kids are sitting around being like, fuck. Assistant coach back in June. Fuck, he got all caught up. But they may be doing interviews and stuff like that. So, Elliot, saved a banger for you, man. You deserve it. Why don't you lead us off with this one? I think this is my favorite game of the day, actually.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I think St. Thomas going into St. Mary's, Moraga, California. St. Mary's laying the 12.5, Siena 11.5. If you want to shop around a little bit, over under there is 139.5, which is definitely leaning towards the St. Mary's side. You typically see these St. Thomas games in that upper 150s, 160s. But I think, two Saints, you can't go wrong. I kind of like St. Thomas, though. I like St. Thomas over St. Mary's, not in a way of money line, but 12.5 seems like a lot of points for a St. Mary's team that's, reloading a little bit. They're going to use a lot of their players that have redshirted the last couple or last year redshirted, and they're kind of reloading. Not saying that they're going to be terrible, in this whole season. I still think that they're going to be the one team that will duke it out and possibly give Gonzaga a run for their money for that WCC championship. But I think St. Thomas can keep it within the 12.5 here, just based on that and just the new pieces that St. Mary's got to kind of get to gel here. And I think, that Coach Bennett will be able to. It just might take a little bit of time. So give me St. Thomas covering that 12.5.
Yeah, I kind of like the over. I don't think St. Thomas will really have anything to slow down St. Mary's interior wise. So I think St. Mary's will just get buckets at will, but I think St. Thomas has enough shooters, and just their offense is always efficient. I think they can give up plenty, but I think they can also shoot and kind of hang around, 15 to 16 points and leave that back door open and be able to score. So I like the over. Will I bet a St. Mary's over? Probably not, but just off the rip, I kind of lean that way.
Man, this is two style clashes of play. St. Thomas, I don't think they'll be able to control the tempo in this one though. So I like St. Mary's as well. No way I can bet an over in that game though. I like your analysis of the second chance opportunities, getting some easy buckets, but that just favors me in my mind for St. Mary's more versus taking it over. I think St. Thomas will try to push the pace, but St. Mary's defense will outmatch them. We'll see if their offense can even with getting buckets at will, hold St. Thomas to points. So I think I'll just lay the number with the Gales at home as well. We started a little, or we're still under 4 hours. Denver versus Seattle. Seattle's laying 2.5 or 12.5. Over unders 138.5. This Denver team on the road, not the best. Tough for me to fade the crack house, even though it was fadeable last season. I'm not doing it again. Seattle, we're going to go back to the well in the early part of the season. I even see some 11.5s available in some books, so shop around. 11.5, 12.5, I will take Seattle at home against a Denver team that can't stop the cold.
Yeah, Denver lost a lot of talent. Not a really good team. Seattle did lose some guys. The Ginger Ninja, Kobe Williamson or whatever his name was. He's going to be gone. But I'm pretty sure, at least if I remember correctly. But I think Seattle at home, this is a spot they can run it up on Denver. I mean, teams have gone to the crack house and just struggled and lost outright. I mean, Liberty's lost there. They played I forget who last year. They played somebody else tight. They play really well at home. So I think this is a spot they can just run it up and Denver doesn't really stand a chance in this game. So Seattle or nothing for me in this one.
Yeah, I would agree. I think Seattle is just a hell of a lot better, both offensively and defensively. I think Denver's going to be one of those teams that's very fadeable throughout this entire year. You could even look at a team total Denver under maybe, just with I don't think their offense is going to be very good, and I think Seattle is going to be very good defensively. So that's another angle you could look at. But I don't want to overthink it here. I'll lay it with Seattle. I could see them winning by 15 to 20.
All right. And then we still need some lines on some games, but if we can't find them, check the picks on page. But last game of the night, Eastern Washington versus UCLA. UCLA is laying 29.5. Over-unders 146.5. That's a lot of points, but Eastern Washington, they're one of the worst teams in their conference. So I think UCLA is kind of interesting. So I'm going to take UCLA with the points. I'm probably not going to lay that much, but this late in the game, you got to check and see if I am, or late in the day, I may be itching for a bet come 10:30, but I don't feel confident laying that many points. But I think UCLA's got a lot of talent. They're going to be able to come out and drill them, and Cronin's going to run it up on Eastern Washington. And I just don't think Eastern Washington, a good program in general, doesn't have the talent to match some of the talent that UCLA has.
Yep, I'm with you. I like UCLA. I feel like this is a game they just put Eastern Washington in a chokehold and just suffocate them. I would lean under in this game. Honestly, I think UCLA can win this game like 92-50 if they wanted. I think they crush them. So I like Eastern Washington team total under depending on the number. And I'd lay it with UCLA. I think they added all this talent. They did lose Mara down low, the 7'3" guy, but they still added a bunch of size and experience on this team. So it would be UCLA or nothing for me, or an Eastern Washington team total. I think it's just they just suffocate them to death, and it's an ugly one.
Yeah, another big number that I'm not going to be afraid of here. I've got I'll lay it with UCLA. I think Eastern Washington is definitely going to be not your Eastern Washington of old for sure. I think they've definitely got some issues, and I think UCLA is going to be able to exploit all of those and then some. So it'll be UCLA for me as well.
Yeah.
And then I got one right here: Cal Poly versus USC. USC laying 24.5.
Cal Poly, what are we doing?
Interested to see what you guys have your take on this on the Big Ten Network Plus.
Big Ten Network Plus. So look at it. This streaming shit is fucking pissing me off. Don't get me started at 2 a.m. right now. I'm getting worked up. But Cal Poly, they were feisty last year, right? I mean, I'm high on this USC team. I'm not going to bet this game, though. They need to prove it to me. I got to watch them, seeing how they can go. So if I had to lean, I'll take the USC laying the points. But, I can't bet an under in Cal Poly, but it just seems like a lot of points, though. I think USC can suffocate them on defense as well, like similar to the UCLA game.
Yeah, over under is 163.5. If you guys would like to bet that, I think Cal Poly, definitely is a team that scores the ball and has high pace. So I think USC will be able to put the ball in the bucket if Cal Poly can. I think they could definitely get over that number for sure. I could see a 95-70 type of a game.
Yeah, I want to lay it with USC, but Cal Poly's offense and just pace really can keep them in the game. I know that's basically a brand new roster, a lot of young players, but USC's got a lot of new players too. They're obviously more talented and better than they were, but this number's big. Cal Poly can hang around. They can shoot. They can play fast. They can get to the rim. I don't know. I would lean Cal Poly or nothing.
All right. Well, like I said, with some lines that were missing, so check the picks page. Merrimack, South Dakota State, Towson, Loyola, Towson, excuse me. Sela, Old Miss. We did Gardner-Webb, Minnesota. FAMU, USF. Tri-State, DePaul. Mercyhurst, Northwestern. Oklahoma State, St. Francis. Maine, George Washington. Maryland, Eastern Shore, Georgia Tech. Boston, Northeastern. Live team total under. Bellarmine, Georgia. NC Central, NC State. Virginia Tech, Charleston Southern, and Western Illinois. Radford were ones that we missed with lines not available. But we did miss this one. Let's end on this one. Illinois Chicago laying 9.5 against Detroit Mercy. Go ahead, Elliot. Finish us off for the night.
Oh, hold on. I got a couple more too. You guys talk about this one. I got two more that I'm betting for sure. So,
okay. Love it. Illinois Chicago lost a lot of their offensive prowess for sure. But I like their coach at least, and they were good in the non-con last year. Mercy, though, is Trevor's feisty team. I'll pick Illinois Chicago minus 9.5 to win, though. I mean, they're a good team, good coach. I think that matters, and it's more of a fade of Detroit. And they're kind of a public dog in the splits that I'm looking at. But it is a lot of points, though, to say the least. But this Illinois Chicago team can get it done, and they can win by like 12.
I like Detroit Mercy. I mean, I know they lost some players, but they still retain some key guys here. And this team was vastly improved last year. So I think they can improve again and hang around this number. So I like Mercy with the 9.5.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Trev. I think Mercy's going to be able to maybe hang in here. I don't think the Flames are as good as they were last year. It might be a little bit more dim this year for them. So give me Mercyhurst covering that 9.5, 8.5, 9.5 spread. Getting this other one typed up real quick. I knew I'd promised Brandon in the chat was asking about this one, so I wanted to get this one out to him.
Sana's got Towson Loyola minus 6.5. Towson's against Loyola Marymount minus 6.5. I will take that. Towson's going to be good on defense. Loyola, one of the worst teams. This line's kind of scary in my opinion, though, to say the least. Just I feel like Towson should be laying a little more, but I like the 6.5. I'm not afraid of it whatsoever. Towson's defense gets that job done.
Yeah, Towson's going to strangle him. Might lay the 6.5.
Yep, I agree. If that's an accurate number, I like Towson there at the minus 6.5. Then you get the STD, UTRGV, Baylor.
You said you're betting this one for sure. Go ahead, my friend.
Minus 26.5. I'm gonna bet Baylor minus 26.5 here. Another big number that I'm going to be laying for sure. I just don't think UTRGV is going to be able to keep up with Baylor. I think Baylor is going to be able to, get whatever they want, and I expect kind of another Big 12 onslaught here in this first day of college hoops.
I kind of like the over. I think there's going to be points in this. Baylor's improved offensively. The defense could do something, but UTRGV plays at a fast pace. They've always got shooters and great players at their level and always pop up in some of these games. So I would lean UTRGV and the over. I like the over more than the RGV side because I think Baylor can put up some numbers, and I think RGV can at least get to like 65 at least. And so I like the over. I think Baylor hits 90. I think RGV can certainly get to 80 or 85, 65 here. So I like the over.
I guess that's what you have to bank on UTRGV getting 65. I kind of like the under, but I just think that's because Baylor's going to drill them as well. Tarleton State versus SMU. SMU's laying 20.5. Come on now. It's Billy Gillespie. This is State.
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing?
Come on, Elliot. We know what we're doing.
What the fuck are we doing? Why are we disrespecting Billy Gillespie like this? The fighting Gillespies. They tried to get.
We would drill these teams last year. That's the problem. But Tarleton State's, I think, a little tougher than some.
They tried to get rid of him. They tried to get rid of him because they just didn't want to deal with him. They tried to get rid of him, put him on suspension for three days. He's too fucking good of a coach. They had to bring him back. Took him a weekend. He got a weekend off. Went down to fucking Cabo. Came back, reinstated. He's back for business. Tarleton State plus 20.5. I don't understand what this line is. But maybe SMU will make me look stupid, but I'll be on Tarleton State plus 20.5. It'll be a bet for me.
Let's go. I'm in.
All right. I'm not seeing lines for any of the other ones, so
yeah.
Pick page will be up. Obviously, I'll be adding throughout the day, but it's pinned in this video description. I also tweeted it or posted it in the comments up a little bit there. So go and click on that.
We'll be doing a tweet.
Oh,
tomorrow morning we're doing a tweet. Twitter. Go to our Twitter X at PumpFakePod, and then we'll have our pinned tweet with the Picks page link, so you can just have it easily accessible, and can find it there to go to. And all of our Picks page are up there. If you have any, we have any live bets, we'll make sure to tweet out our live bets, but also include them on the Picks page as well. So thank you guys. Appreciate everybody in the chat. This was a hell of a day. We finally got it back. We're back into the sphere. We just did a under 4-hour show. This feels like a Friday. Tomorrow we will be live at 11 Eastern, at 11 Eastern p.m. But there's only a handful of games tomorrow, way less than today. So it'll be a short episode as compared to today. So everyone in the chat, thanks for tuning in. You guys are the realists. Appreciate it. That's a good start to the season.
Shout out Helms for the $10 too. Don't know if we mentioned that earlier, but appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks everyone, and Helms especially donating. Make sure to like and subscribe. Shout us out. CBB community strong. Kerm's going. TCE going. Us going. Everyone's bouncing around in the chat to different shows. I love it. We're the YouTube TV now, multi-view baby. So make sure to check us out every night. Like and subscribe, and again, go to the Picks page. We'll have that tweeted out in the morning, probably early morning, right when games start around 8 a.m., just so you can get it easily accessible on that pinned tweet. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate you guys. Peace and love. Let's frickin' go.
Absolutely.
Toodles.